Can you hear me?
Well, that's not going to be any fun for her if she has to um, go out and come back in. Um, Hopefully, let me text her. Yeah, she's texting me. She's having a hard time hearing. So hopefully she'll come back in and give me a thumbs up if you folks that are in the audience can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. So it might just be her connection or whatever. So annoying.
Hey,
Hey,
Sherry.
hey, how are you?
Good. How's it going? Sorry to interrupt, but I couldn't hear you until I came up onto the speaker panel, and
Uh oh.
I'm not getting a thumbs up from the other guys. So, um,
Karen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now, but I tried 2 or 3 times to get in. I couldn't hear anything.
yeah, me neither until I jumped up here. D-man, give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Well, can you send him a
Hmm.
DM and ask him if he can hear? Oh, he
Oh,
can't. Okay, perfect.
okay, good.
All right. So Twitter's acting crazy and I hate it because it's so annoying and frustrating. Ay, ay, ay. You gonna play any poker anytime soon, exec deck?
Um, I've been playing online as usual, but not a whole lot lately. Life has been just super busy. Um, so not a whole lot of in real life poker lately,
I hear you.
unfortunately.
Life is busy for everybody right now, I think. People are complaining that nobody's in Vegas right now. And every time I see a post, I'm like, well, first of all, so many people were there for the WSOP, but school is starting, and I would imagine that people are at home just trying to get ready to send the kids back to school. But I don't know. It's weird.
That makes sense. I mean, with everybody just being there for the WSOP and then other stuff going on, it's kind of seems like the perfect storm of other shit to do.
Right. That's kind of how I feel about it because it was jam packed, as you know, for the WSOP. There
Oh
was no
yeah.
shortage of people.
Nope.
So I don't know. It's weird. So I guess the numbers will tell when they release the numbers here in a month or so. But Karen, what are you doing? Did you go play last night?
I did,
How'd that
and
go?
I did okay, but I busted too late to play the second chance. I had already,
Got it.
but did just a mediocre. No, but why I say that was like 50 something people, and I was 20 something. I
All
can't remember.
right.
It was
Hey,
all right. Yeah, I
good
played fine.
practice. Good practice.
It was fine, and I got to see some people. And I think I told you that my older son, I can't remember who I've told what to, but he's applying for a job.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Second interview. So what happened?
so that went great. Okay, so now he's had a third interview. He's had 3 interviews. So
Awesome.
I saw the guy there last night, and so we talked. He came up to me, on the break. Just a really nice young man, and he. So it sounds like my son will probably get an offer, and I just got a message that says, "Looks like the connection was lost. Reconnecting." Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Crap! I just walked in the laundry room, and maybe that wasn't good. um. All right. Well, hopefully people can still hear me. But anyway, it sounds like that he'll probably get an offer. If he doesn't get an offer, it's just mainly in the owner. It's a small company, and they have to. Anytime you have a new hire, you're investing in training that person, getting them up to speed, and
Right.
it would be a programming type job. And I guess he's just worried. He thinks that my son can do better. Is what he said.
Well, just for those that don't know, Kieran has raised a real dumb of a kid. Like he is dumb. I mean, he is a, he just graduated from MIT, or where'd he go? MIT.
MIT, yeah.
I mean, he's dumb as a doorknob, right? And you guys know I'm joking, but I can understand why,
Yeah, totally. Because
for sure.
he's got to think about his company, but he really likes Holden, and he was saying that he just doesn't want to let Holden get away. So he's got it down to Holden and one other candidate. So he'll decide on Friday. So I'm hoping that my son gets, the offer. But it was
Well,
really nice to talk to him because he's about other topics. He I haven't really had time to study the last 3 or 4 months very much. And so I had forgotten or only peripherally aware that GTO Wizard has added this heads up. Um, it's like a game. They have a leaderboard. You can compete against other people that have Wizard subscriptions, and it's just really great because it's hard to get good heads up practice. And
right.
so they even have an app for it. So you can do it on a phone. So not only did I get to talk to him about my son, but then we've talked a lot about this new tool. So I'm real excited to try that out because my heads up game is definitely the weakest part of my game.
Well, your game is still so new. You've only been at this a couple of years, so give yourself some slack.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's the kind of thing when you're working on your game, you're aware that there's a lot of different areas that need help, but you only got so
Right.
much time. So the other areas just were more important, really, because you know you got to be good enough to get to heads up.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited for Holton, and fingers crossed. And even if it is a little bit below where he should be, it's probably a great starting point. Confidence will be earned quickly, right?
I mean, that's my feeling about it, and so I think it's a really good fit for Holden because he he struggles to make close friends, and it's not that these are going to be close friends, but it's a younger group, so that like the owner's in his 20s, so it's,
Just somewhere to belong, right?
yeah, I just think that it'd be good for him. And even though he is very, very bright, he doesn't really have like the entrepreneurial drive or the initiative in the sense he's not going to be seeking another job. I think if he gets in this one and he's, happy, he'll do that for a while.
Right, right. Well, good for him. That's exciting indeed. He's had 3 interviews. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he did great, and all through Showdown.
I love it.
It's just funny. So, and speaking of, when are you coming up there again?
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know, maybe Saturday if I could convince Coach P to come with me. That 1 a.m. drive home is much better if I have someone with me.
Definitely.
Excuse me. So maybe if Coach P comes with me, I'll head up that way Saturday. We'll see. He's been playing a lot of pickleball, so um, don't know if he'll come up there this weekend or not. But
Yeah.
anyway, I got
Well,
a
as it gets
call.
closer, let me know.
I will. I got a call from him a little bit ago. I thought I was going to be heading to the hospital. He was having an allergic reaction
Oh boy.
at work. And like me, he's asthmatic. So it takes it to a different level when you're an asthmatic and you have an allergic reaction to something. So he called me, and, the nurse had just given him some Benadryl. But what was concerning to me, excuse me, was he's been on Claritin the last couple of weeks because of his allergies. And so for him to have an allergic reaction when he's already on an antihistamine is pretty weird. So hopefully, I just talked to him right before we went on air, and he said he definitely was improving. So hopefully it'll be just a one offer. But, you know, he's a PE teacher, and I asked him, "What'd you do differently this morning?" And he said nothing. Because I have no idea what I reacted to. And, it could just be one of the kids had a cologne on or something that he was allergic to. So, anyway, he's doing much better. So, um, we'll see.
I'm
We'll,
glad he's better.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Also,
Appreciate that.
Forgot to mention, not that this is that exciting for people, but it's not poker, but we're talking about all kinds of stuff. We're just hanging out.
We're
So
just
last
hanging
night,
out.
when I finished the poker, my friend Alicia had texted me she wanted to meet me. So I met her over at Chafflin's, and I didn't go to bed till like 1:30, which is very late for me. And then I had to get up at 6:30 to take my son to school.
You're paying the price for being out gallivanting.
I was out gallivanting, and
I
but it was
love it.
really nice to catch up with my friend. And then crazy thing was, Showdown should give me, I'm joking, but they should give me a commission. I keep sending people over there. So at karaoke, I met there's a friend of ours. His friend was there, and he turned out he's a huge poker guy, like very into
Nice.
poker. Been playing even since before Black Friday. Like he knew everything going on in the poker world. So he follows. Not only does he play, but he follows all the players, and he'd watch the main event and
What's his first
got
name?
his Gary, and I don't know his last name, but he's gonna come over to Showdown
Oh,
now.
good.
Yeah, I told him about it. He's got some other game that he goes to that's kind of close to there at a place called Posh, but he was trying to tell me I should check it out. And I said, well, I might. I said, but I really like this other place. And they got like 75 people Saturday night.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's really growing.
Nice. 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 Yeah, hopefully I'll come up Saturday. I'll just see how it goes. I honestly, the last probably week, I would say, maybe 6 days, I really been working hard on that trip to Malta. Because airline tickets, everything goes up the closer it gets to the event, right? So I was bound and determined to get those airline tickets and hotels booked at least. And once I started working on it, then of course you get excited and then you start looking at, well, what tours do we want to take? What do we want to do? And so we've decided we're going to go over to Rome for what, 3.5 days. And so we booked some tours of in Rome's to like Vatican City, the Colosseum. We're going to do a pilgrimage because it's the year of the Jubilee because there's a new pope. And so the pilgrimage is actually, we're going to meet, there's something called the Holy Doors, and the Holy Doors only open when there's a Jubilee or like once every 25 years. Like these holy doors just don't open unless there's a very special occasion. Well, this year, for the year of the Jubilee, the doors are open. And so they do this like cross carrying pilgrimage from this one area to those doors. Of course, led in prayers. So we're going to do that pilgrimage, which I'm very excited about. And then we're going to do a golf cart. How Georgia is this? How Georgian is this? We're going to do a golf cart ride around Rome to different places to see different places. So, anyway, spent the last 6, 7 days working on all of that, but it's booked now, Karen.
Yeah, that just sounds so exciting.
I am very excited. Vatican City has been on my bucket list my whole life, so very excited about that. And of course, Malta is beautiful. Can't wait to hang out there. Um, for anybody that's wanting somewhere to travel to go play poker, come join me in Malta in October. It's going to be beautiful. Only in the 70s. You're on the It's a small island in the Mediterranean, just east of the shores of Sicily, and of course, Sicily is just east of the shores of Italy, right? And so, um, should be a beautiful place to play poker. Seen lots of pictures, heard lots of great stories. I'll personally be there October 29th through November 2nd or 3rd. And of course, many thanks to Ivan Monteagra for giving us that package that Karen drew my son's name for. And so now he gets to play the main event and we get a hotel. And so we're excited for sure. And then she, invited me to host an event. That's going to be on, I might as well just go through the whole thing now that I started on October 31st, which is a Friday. And of course, it's Halloween. So bring your costume and join me in Malta. There's a whole day plan of fantastic tournaments. There's a mystery bounty. hosted by Prestige Poker. There's a PLO Night Crusaders hosted by Barista Rebel. Then they have the grand event, which is what they call their main event, day 1A. F has a flight that day. There's also a Saturday into that grand event. Then there's a Halloween special tournament, which is where the costumes will be judged, and they're going to give away some, I think, a VIP package to Malta or something for that. And then there's a Turbo 1G flight for the grand event. And then the event that I'm hosting is the nightcap, which is going to be a party. Maybe party like it's 1999. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a fun time. So join us if you can, people. Karen, you need to win that package on ACR.
I know I haven't been doing well, but I still have a chance. I'm still in it. But problem is, the next one, I'll get to do this one on Sunday, but then I have to miss the next one because I'll be in Cherokee. But I'm still gonna try.
Love it. And tell us what's going on with your ACR poker. How's that going? How's streaming going? When's your next stream?
It's been going fine. I really don't get a lot of viewers, but I was getting more before Vegas, and then I think that just a little bit of disruption. I just don't have as many right now, but it's fine. I mean, I'm enjoying it, and I think I'm playing better just from playing more. And so,
Awesome.
yeah, my next one is Thursday. I'll probably start around noon Eastern time, or maybe as late as 2.
All right, you heard it here, folks. She'll be streaming Thursday. Just click on her profile. You can figure out where she's at on Twitch. For sure.
Yeah, and it's always fun, if people just drop in and say, hey. I don't expect people to hang out, but pretty much had tons of people from spaces just drop in just to say, hey,
Awesome.
you're a regular, but I mean, just everybody. Slay recently, not Kenny Powers, asking about the Russian hotties. I've had, but I've had, Hex has been in there before. It's been a while. I mean, just tons of people. Doinky bought some subs. Different people have come in. So it's been nice support from the spaces people.
Right. Donkey's always a good supporter for sure. He gets it for sure.
Yeah, and Juan's been in there. I don't want to not mention Juan. He might get his feelings hurt. Love you, Juan, if you're out there.
Yeah, another good supporter of spaces, right?
Totally.
For sure. Love it. Well, you mentioned you're going to Cherokee. For those that are interested, the WSOP circuit is going to be in Cherokee, North Carolina, August 7th. What is that, tomorrow? I think. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yep,
Yeah.
August 7th through the 18th. The ladies' event is August the 15th. I'm a little bit disappointed that they chose a $400 price point for the ladies' event. I just don't think that audience at that location is going to embrace that buy in amount. Um, and number one reason being, you could play the monster stack for the same price. So I think that we may be cutting off our nose to despite our face when we put a price point of $400 on a ladies' event. The purpose is it's an, sort of an entry level. So, like, that's what the price should reflect. $250 price point. But whatever. What do I know? What are you going to play? When are you going up there?
Sorry, I was chewing a piece of lettuce.
That's okay.
But I am going to go next Tuesday,
Okay.
and I'll drop my son at school, and then I'll head up there. And then I plan to jump in the monster flight that evening. They have 2 on Tuesday.
Okay.
So I'll miss the morning one, and I'll jump in the 4 o'clock one, and then on Wednesday I'll do the monster again if I need to, and then I'm going to hit those 4 o'clock events. They're $400 buy-in, and then I'm going to skip the 1100, but I'm going to do some satties, and if I can win, if I can cash enough, I'll have to look at the finances and I'll fire a bullet at the main, but I won't do that till Saturday because Saturday tends to be a little bit softer because you got people coming in for the weekend.
Right?
And and then I want to do the 40-40-40 on that Sunday.
Awesome. Well, it's funny you mentioned going up there Tuesday because I was looking at it going this morning when I wanted to post it in this chat. And I was like, oh, maybe I should go up for the monster stack. And if I were to go, I'd go up Monday so I could play it on Tuesday. So it's funny that you're saying you're going up there Tuesday. But honestly, I don't really see myself going up there this time. I just, after booking all that stuff for Europe, it's just so costly. I just can't justify um, doing that.
Yeah, I get it.
So, unfortunately, that's coming up. There's so many great things and every time I look at something I'm like, "Damn, I wish I could go to that." But the pocketbooks now now that I booked everything for Europe, the pocketbook is empty for poker. So, anyway, they have the Moneymaker is going to be at the Hard Rock Cincinnati, September 9th through the 22nd. The ladies event is the 19th. Then at Cadbury Park in Minnesota, they're doing their Fall Classic October 8th through the 19th. Their ladies event is October 12th. Then Best Bet is going to do several ladies events September 18th through the 21st. There'll be a question and answer session with Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher, which, if you've never been to one of those, you really need to at least one time go to one of those question and answer events with those two ladies. They're phenomenal. Then what else is going on? Oh, Horseshoe Hammond, September 11th through the 22nd. Their ladies event is the 19th of September. In Malta, Sigma Poker Tournament is going to be there September 2nd through September the 7th. So a lot going on. A lot going on.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to try to watch The Hustler tonight. They have their little, not little, I shouldn't say it like that. I didn't mean anything by that. They have their All Star game tonight, which, of course, the All Star players were voted on by by the masses. It's going to be a $5,100 game. That's going to be live on HCL tonight. I don't know. I haven't been able to stay up very late these days because I've been on the go during the days. I've just been exhausted. When you were texting me last night, I heard my phone buzz. I never even opened one eye until this morning. And I was like, oh, that was Karen.
I know. I've got to stop doing this business where I'm out late. But man, I had so much fun.
Hey, you're at the part of your life that's a good thing and it's okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to just meet up with that random dude that knew so much about poker. So we talked and talked, and my friend Alicia doesn't know anything about poker. She didn't want to hear any of that, so I don't ever really, I don't talk to her about it too much. But so it was fun, and then I got to sing, and there wasn't a line, and
Oh,
then
awesome.
yeah, it was just a fun night out. It was unexpected too because I was planning on just going to Showdown and then coming straight home, and then she texted me and it was like a rare, it's hard for me to get her alone without her boyfriend too, who I like very much, but sometimes you just want to talk to your girlfriend without guys around.
Right. And the topics have to be a little different because,
Yeah,
you don't want
include
him to feel
everybody.
left out either. Right.
Right, totally. And he's my friend too, but he wasn't feeling well, so I was kind of glad he wasn't alone, just because I hadn't seen her, just me and her for a while, so that it was nice. It was fun.
Well, what did you sing?
I sang Rehab, and then Amy Winehouse, and then I
Right.
sang Beast of Burden, Rolling Stones.
I love it. Love it. Two great songs.
Yeah, and it's low pressure. Like on Tuesday nights, a lot of times there's nobody there really, and so there was no line and almost nobody in there. So you can try out new songs and not feel embarrassed or pressured or anything. Just get up there because nobody's paying attention. There's 10 people in the bar. It's
Well, that's fun. I know you enjoy that.
fun. It's a nice creative outlet and a fairly recent one in my life from the standpoint of I've never historically sung anywhere ever, but I've been singing at this one bar since 2019. So it's fun. 6 years.
Good for you. Love that. Are you streaming today?
No, as we're talking, I'm about to fire up my computer and I paused there. I wasn't, I think I'm about to fire up something else. About to fire up my computer and then do a little bit of video editing and kind of some emails and administrative things today. And then I'll stream tomorrow.
Well, Ben just got back from the Middle East. Did he enjoy himself?
Yeah, he's still jet lagged, um, understandably, but yeah, he had a great trip. He didn't really get, the trip was, to work, so he didn't really see anything in Saudi Arabia, but he had a great experience.
Love it. Love it. What a great opportunity for him.
Yeah,
That's
and it
amazing.
yeah, and it was really good money for a week, and all the top players were there. He was there as a commentator, but yeah, he enjoyed it a lot. It was a good thing for him to do.
Hell
But
yeah.
did your
Hell.
daughter go back already?
Oh yeah, let me tell you, she was only here. She got in on Friday and went home Sunday. And then on, I think it was Thursday, she flew to California recruiting and just got home yesterday. I think yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah, got home yesterday. So I'm sure she's ready to just chill at home.
So who watches the baby when she's on a trip?
Well, her husband is a firefighter, so he works one on off too. And so they plan out his schedule around her schedule. And then if it's something that comes up last minute, then my son is there and he'll watch the baby.
Nice.
Yeah. And then if they really get into a tight squeeze, my son in law's sister's family lives in town. So she's like the backup to the backup because she has three kids of her own. So she's busy.
So I do want to mention, um, since we got some Green Visor gang people here. So I hadn't had a chance to try it out, but I am going to try it out over the next couple of days. I'm going to get on a few minutes and plan. It's hard sometimes because it's too late for me, but then I'm out till 1:30 in the morning at karaoke. So obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but it's different when you're out and you get the second wind and versus you're home and you see that bed and you're like, oh, I can go to bed now.
Totally. And then also, I didn't mention, but a key factor in me staying up so late last night is I drank a bunch of sweet tea at Showdown. So I was just like pumped with caffeine.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, let us know how you like it. Um,
Yeah.
the club members certainly love it. So that speaks volumes to me. I think, wait, today's Wednesday. I think they have their Golden Baboon game today. Exec deck. What do you guys have today? He may be working and listening.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Today is the Golden Baboons Wednesday game. Yes, space at 5:30 p.m. Pacific and game at 6:30 p.m. Pacific.
So that would be game at 9:30 your time, Karen.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm not even sure. So I have a pass, like
Oh,
it's season 4. That may be the wrong name, but So I have to see, some things are covered under the pass and some things are not. But definitely I'll look at the schedule.
Here comes Val.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you've got a phase four, and that gets you a free rebuy in that game. But since it's a sponsored game, they always require you to be in space and take a snapshot of the space and do the engage bot in Discord, which is basically just liking, retweeting, and tagging three in that space. And that way, the support is there and they provide the prizes for that support. So I would love to have you there if you can make it.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm definitely doing something in the next few days. It's just my life is a little too crowded, but I'm going to get in there because I'm excited to try it out.
Great. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm a lot of the times playing and ignoring the family as little as possible and you know doing other things a lot of the time, but just want to be there and support.
Love it. Go ahead, Valerie. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. No, I was just hopping up. I when I first started with GVG, I only played the sponsor games. Like for months. That's all I did. And I just kind of like hung out, checked out the community, got to know the players a little bit. And then one of the old founders, he gave me phase 3 or phase 4. I can't remember. I think it was phase 3, and that was the first phase I played. And I didn't buy anything extra. I was just checking it out. And then phase 4, I made sure I got my 3 passes so I'd have my rebuys. And I won a good majority. I think I won 2 of them.
Nice.
And then yesterday I got in a $5 game. So now I have almost enough for 2 phase 5 passes.
Good for you.
I like it. Like you pay your whatever you're going to do, either your 1 pass or up to your max mint, and then you have your games for weeks on end, usually more than a month, and you have your shot like usually twice a week to recoup and make a little more.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. You guys are
It
doing
keeps me off the tables here, Sherry.
For those that don't know, Val lives in Vegas, so I can certainly understand that. I can understand that for sure. And, love it. I love that there's opportunities online. I love that you guys are a close knit group, that you guys, discuss and vote on and get rid of, and, things that you don't want to do again, you change it. And yeah, it's, you know, I like it. You guys are working on a plan of action. How is it you plan your work and you work your plan? And I think that's what you guys are doing, and you're tweaking it along the way. And good for you guys. Like honestly, good for you guys.
Yeah, they built a great structure. I mean, there's poker all over the place in the
Right?
Web3 space. And then I remember the first one too. Like I hopped up the stage. I'm all, hey, can I get a password? I'd like to play.
I love it. So fun. And you know what? If it's not your cup of tea, then don't play it. You know what I mean? Like, there's choices. Like, there's choices everywhere. Poker Bros, Poker this, Poker that, GG Poker, WPT Poker, WSOP Poker, ACR, Global, blah. Hey, choose whichever one you like. Do your homework, do your due diligence, and play whichever one fits your needs. And it is okay. Karen, we'll look forward to your experience, because
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Isaac's hoping that this finally convinces me after I hear what a great experience you have.
Well, we have a ladies chat too, just so you know, because the boys are something else.
Love it. Love it.
So
Abs-
did I told you my story about the second chance, right? I think I did tell you.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, about him getting all mad. So I saw him last night Okay, so after all that drama, I'm referring, just so you other guys know, at this place that I play a bar league poker, and Sherry plays there too some. Um, Sunday night, if you bust out, you can get on what they call the second chance table. And then whoever wins the whole thing will get a $25 gift card to the restaurant. So you still have a chance. So I busted out. I got in a second chance, and then I ended up winning. But the guy I was heads up against was just so drama, and he's always like that. And um, he like started running around when when I won this hand. He like just flipped out and was like running around like
Being a
Sherry.
little bitch. Let's just
And
call it for what it is.
and then the staff was even like, Dan, I think his name's Dan, his real name's Dan. Dan is okay. It's just second chance. And he was just flipping out. And then the bust out hand, which was a couple of hands later, again, very upset. But then I saw him last
Wait, wait,
night.
wait, wait. Did you say what your cards were in both hands?
Did I tell you originally? I don't know.
Yeah, you told me, but did you just tell everybody your read
Just
this?
now, no.
Okay, tell them the
Oh,
two
okay.
hands.
So we get to heads up. And another thing about the second chance is the players deal. You have to, take turns dealing or select a dealer, but you're self-managed. But you do get a gift card at the end. It's not like the other tables where you have dealers and you're catered to. So, um, so anyway, I was dealing, and so one of the things is neither one of us were really putting any kind of pre-flop pressure at all. The biggest raise, and it didn't last real long, but he raised, like, the blinds were uh 1K was the big blind, so 501K, and so he bet like 3,000 pre-flop. Okay, so a min raise is 2,000, so it's just a little bit more. I had seven deuce off, so that actually is a fold and heads up. If there's a bigger raise than that, I'm not going anywhere for 3K. We got these huge stacks, so I called.
Well, it's
And
seven deuce. Let me just repeat that. Seven deuce. Go ahead.
seven deuce off. So flop comes queen two. I don't remember the other card. So now I got a pair of twos, right? So he bets again small. I think it was like 3K again. So I called. I ain't going anywhere. And then turn comes seven. All right, now I got two pair. And he goes all in. Well, obviously he could have two pair, but I know the player. I didn't think he had player. I was pretty sure he had a queen because the queen came on the flop. And it's pretty good in heads up if you pair on the flop, right? But it just happened that I also, have two pair. So when he goes all in, I snap call. And, and here's the funny part. So I turn over, I call, and then we turn our cards over, and then he just immediately starts raging and running around like a crazy person. And one of the staff members caught my eye, and he was smiling, and I just burst out laughing, and I had to put my head down because I didn't know when he was going to return to the table, and I didn't want him to see me laughing at him. And then he comes back, and I'm like, okay, we got another card to come, we still got another card to come. And I forgot what his other card was, but anyway, nothing happened for him. So I took most of his chips, but honestly, he still had a pretty playable stack, in my view. And then we had like one hand. Okay, then the next hand, I don't remember the hand in between, but then so I have most of the chips, and he's still got the playable stack, and he's tilted, right? So I get 3-4 off suited, and flop comes 7-3-4. He goes all in. Okay. It's like,
Poor guy. And
and I'm
she's
like,
wondering why he's ranting and raving and running around the place.
right. And I'm like, all right, call. And then I flip it over. He's like, oh, God damn it. And he's like just gnashing of teeth and, just such drama. So again, he gets up and he's running around, but it wasn't as long this time. And then I did the run out, and I mean the threes and the fours just kept coming. They just kept coming. It seemed like they were never. So I got a full house, and he was just defeated. And then he did get it together enough after complaining and this and that and blah 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 and berating me a little bit, but mostly just upset. He fist bumped me, and then he left. And then one of the staff members came up and said, hugged me, and she said, "I'm so happy you knocked out Mr. Grumpy Pants." That's what they call him. That's what the staff calls him. So I thought it was so funny. And then last night when I came in, and it was right before it started, he was sitting on a side table, and he was super sweet and super friendly. Waved to me. It's like we had this bonding experience. And so even though he acted like a drama queen, um, he still bonded with me in some way. So he was super nice to me. We talked a couple of times last night, but in general, he's not very well liked because he's always pitching a fit. He was pitching fits last night and people were talking about it. He was at the table next to me, and he and actually my friend Ian from karaoke took a bunch of his chips, and he just flips out.
That old ego thing and sense of entitlement.
Though, right? Like they turn that corner. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to generalize men because they're not all this way, but like I grew up playing house games way before I should have been gambling in El Paso. And I played with mostly Mexican men, and they were not afraid of me. So I learned how to be just fucking balls out on the table. And they would get so angry. But then, like, you've taken those beatings on the table where it's just like, oh, fuck my life. Like, I hate this game. I'm never playing again. Like, I just want to,
Right?
you know? And so when you do that to someone, you hand that out to somebody, and then you're a woman, they take that turn where they're like, okay, I lost, whatever. We'll be cool now because, you're a girl.
They look at it so wrong, don't they? I'm not just a girl. I am a poker player just like you, and me being a girl has nothing to do with it. Nothing. Hey, Dana, how are you?
Hi, Sherry. Hi, everybody. I've missed
I
you.
missed you too. I
Hey,
was
Dana.
think,
Hi.
thinking about this over the weekend. I was like, last week I was busy, and then I was like, you know what? We just need to do a hangout space so we can all catch up on what's going on in the world of poker, see what's
Love
going
it.
on. Now, I mentioned what's going on at HCL tonight is the All-Star game. Do you want to add anything to that?
Well, I'm putting together some talking points right now, but no, it's just gonna be awesome. We had our 4th year anniversary last weekend, and so we're celebrating that as well. And then the 1000th episode is right around the corner too. So right after the All Star game, we have that. So
All good
I'm
stuff.
absolutely loving the lineup. King Henry was the ninth man in, so I just think it's going to be bonkers.
Well, I hope I can stay up late enough tonight to actually watch it. I've been going to sleep so early. It's been crazy, but that or I've been out and busy. But hopefully I'll get to watch some of it tonight because I think it will be a good game to watch.
Yep, I'll be taking a nap prior
Right?
to the show.
Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about your excursion to the casino to play a tournament and
I
a
did.
possible job offer. You never told me what happened with that. So, first of all, how did the tournament go and how'd you do?
Well, I'm proud of myself, period.
Right on, sister.
But my nerves get me chatty, and so I probably should have focused on the game a lot more than the socializing side of it. But I had a blast. I had a couple of Mizraki moments. It was beautiful. um and it's really more just uh what do I want to say, just being a promoter for the room, basically.
Awesome.
um and then hopefully maybe it'll open up other opportunities to create graphics or what have you for them.
I love that. Are you going to do it?
Yeah, I didn't overcommit, it's still an hour away, but yeah, I'll probably end up going down there once a month for a little while. So you'll probably see little videos from me on that.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Stepping stones, stepping stones.
Yes, yes.
Good for you,
And then of
Dana.
course, once I start cashing, I'll probably make it more frequent, but we'll, start off slow.
Right on. And good for you to take those first steps because I know you were nervous about going. And
Yeah.
so good for you. You did it. Good for you.
Thank you. I did
You did it. That's
it.
awesome. Very cool.
Yep, thank you.
Very
And
cool.
you doing okay? How'd the interview go last week? I'm sorry I didn't make it.
It was great. Joey is he's just a card. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got personality just oozing. And
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend you go back and listen to that recording because there's
Okay.
a lot of snippets in there. I went back to listen to this one section because I wanted to make some notes for myself for the future. And when I re-listened to this one section, I was like, wow, there are like some snippets in there that I'm not sure I caught completely the first time, like live. Like, because, as you know,
Oh.
when you're co-hosting or hosting, you are trying to stay focused on the conversation, but you're doing stuff behind the scenes that takes your attention away for 10 seconds or 30 seconds, or answering a text message or trying to post something and or look something up. So sometimes you don't really hear every part of what somebody is
Mm-hmm.
saying, right? And so there were a couple of snippets that I was like, wow, I don't think I heard that the first time around. And so, yeah, it was good. It was good. And he gave us four editions of, like, he gave us four copies of his, um, no, let me take that back. He gave us a copy of each of his four books in the start of his series
Mm.
and to give away. And when I went to talk about what we were going to do to give them away, he said, let's do three sets. I'll give three sets away. Yeah.
Wow.
So, which was very cool that he did that for my audience for sure. And Valerie, you got your books the other day, didn't you?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I thought it was just one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's four. I love this.
Let us know how they are, please, because I have a ton of books waiting on me, so I can't dive into those right now because I've got probably 10 books. I probably have started three books because when I start a poker book, I typically will start it and then stop because there may be something in there I want to take away and try. And so before I continue on, I want to actually try to apply what they're telling me in that book. So I think I have three. I may have started a fourth book about because I'm going to have an author coming, not next. Well, I guess it would be. Tom is this Friday at 6:30, which is a time change. 6:30 Pacific. No, 6:30 Eastern this Friday is going to be an hour early broadcast from me, and Tom Schneider is going to join us for an interview, four-time bracelet winner, player of the year. And then I want to say the week after that is Barbara Jean Carden, who wrote a book called Butterfly Nine, a poker player metamorphosis. Um, so it's sort of like her getting into the game of poker. And so I just started reading that book because I was like, oh, if I could get through some of that before the interview, I would love that. So, anyway, long story short, here we are. But I'm so happy for you, Dana, for accomplishing those goals and getting to that poker tournament because I know you were nervous about that.
Yeah, it it wasn't so much as, playing the game, it was just getting there. So, but get get this. I don't want to tell on him, but I drew seat whatever. I drew seat one at whatever
Right.
table. Seat nine was open when I got there, and I was just so focused at getting to my seat because it was like 10 minutes after it started.
Right.
And they'll start blinding you out
Yes.
if you don't show up.
Yes.
So I was in such a hurry, it didn't dawn on me that I was sitting down at seat nine. And when I, got knocked out and rebought, I drew seat nine and I pulled the other ticket. I was like, "Oh crap! I've been in the wrong seat the whole time." I told Floor, they about dropped their tablets. They had no clue, because the guy that was in one was supposed to be in seat nine, so it was, everybody's fault.
Yeah, but
But
it was, the dealer's supposed to be checking it. The buck stops at
mhm,
the dealer.
yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Um, but it was a huge turnout. I had a great time. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kudos, and I'll keep you posted on the next
Love it.
ones.
Love it. And you are most welcome. Did they do anything to that guy in seat one or did they leave him be?
They let him be
Okay.
because I had already rebought and got that same exact seat
Okay.
that was wrong.
And I was hoping that answer you gave was going to be the answer you give because it was already a shit show. And doing anything to
Yeah,
him at that point would have been so unjust.
yeah.
But, crazier things have happened for sure. And
Hmm.
I always try to ask the end of the story because sometimes it's not what we think it should be.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to find out for sure. Well, I want to welcome Isaac. Good morning, Isaac.
I'm alive.
You still sound better than when your last couple of days in Vegas. So,
Oh man, yeah. No, I mean it's not that brutal. Thank goodness. Like I've been forcing myself to rest because I was definitely on burnout mode for like a good 3 weeks.
I hear you.
Yeah, nah, but pretty good. Earlier you guys were talking about like guys at the poker table and everything. It's true. I've been in a few situations where like there's just some guys they're such dickheads when it comes to females on the table, right? Like my
Yeah,
goodness,
and we
my goodness.
can't forget there are women that are dickheads too sometimes at a table. But because we are outnumbered by
It's
men
pretty
more
rare.
often, it's a
It's
man.
pretty rare.
It is not rare. I had
It's been
one
rare for
at that
me.
table. It was the first tournament I've ever been in 3.5 years. I'm so sorry to interrupt. And she was a total bitch.
Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever. Now, what I have had is that I had a female do some schemy shit at a poker table, which was pretty scandalous.
yeah,
Like, but at the same time, it was a hell of an angle she took because she played the whole "I'm a woman and this guy's an asshole and he's doing whatever he's doing," but like she was totally angling. I didn't find that out until hours after the angle, right? But
right.
I was like, damn, scandalous. That is hella scandalous. But yeah, the first tournament I ever played, like, first actual tournament I ever played, I was taken out by a female. Um, Princess Love took me out of my first
Oh,
tournament,
Princess, I played with her.
Whoa.
and she was super sweet. Like
She is very
she,
sweet. She is very
yeah,
sweet.
she was like, what was it? She was the 7th seat. I was the 8th seat over at a tournament at the Win. It was, I think it was the Win Summer Classic because it was my first WSOP a couple of years back in
Love
2023.
it. I sat with her at
And
the ladies' event at the WPT last winter.
that's hella dope.
She was delightful.
Yeah, she's super chill. And I've seen her in streams. Like, yeah, she's fun to watch too. I haven't seen her lately. Last time I saw her was last year when we did the NFT Poker Championship.
Right.
She was there.
I think she was just at Hustler, wasn't she, Dana?
Oh, was she? Hell yeah.
Probably about 3, 4 months ago.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Exec deck. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I got a dumb conference call here, so I just wanted to wish everybody a great hump day. Have a nice day. I got to bow out, but appreciate you guys. Always nice hearing from you and talking with you. So have a great day.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate you.
You too,
Take
bro.
take it easy. If I'll hang around here, but I'll be on the phone. Maybe it won't last that long if I'm lucky.
Fingers
But take
crossed.
care. See ya.
Work.
What's up, Asimov? Have a good day, brother.
You too, bro.
Work is so
See ya.
overrated. We all need to win the damn lottery.
Oh man, let me tell you, I'm working on it.
Oh,
Yeah. It's been a cool month though. I mean, like poker wise, I kind of can't complain. I've been doing all right,
right on.
but I've taken breaks. You need to take breaks at some point.
I firmly believe that. But I learned that probably 8 or 9 years ago. That because what I would do is I go play cash, then I go play a tournament. When I'm done with the tournament, I go back to play cash till wee hours in the morning, get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and repeat. And I was like, you know what? Poker's not going anywhere. Why are you playing like it's the last poker game in the world forever? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally know what you mean. Especially for me, because like I haven't been playing for that long, so I always feel behind in a sense,
Right,
right? Like I need to put in a certain amount of
right.
volume and all of that, and yeah. But nah, I took a couple days off here, a couple days off there, with all the shit we're trying to do with GVG, and I felt guilty at first, like, damn, I didn't play. I only played once today or something, and I'm like, get the hell out of here. Just breathe. You know what I mean? Like breathe.
Yes.
And yeah, been good though. It's been good though. I don't know. Either I'm having a decent run right now with cards, or uh, the pre-flop stuff I've been doing is working out. But either way,
Nice. Either way, it's
yeah.
fantastic.
Well, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, but this Sunday I got the Rare Evil game coming up in Vegas. So if I can make a splash there, then I'll be like, okay, I'm doing better.
Well,
And if not, I'll probably be walking around Vegas going, I should have got away from those jacks. I should
I
have
should have listened to Sherry. Damn it.
got.
Fold the
Uh,
jacks.
I'm trying to remember whose story was that. This was in your space, and I want to say no. Somebody was telling the story about being at Cherokee, right? And who was it? Oh my goodness! It's too early. My brain
Can
isn't
you remember
functioning
the
properly.
story? Maybe it'll jog our memories of who it was.
Yeah, it was that. Oh my goodness! Well, he's passed away, and he used to be the announcer for WPT.
Mike Sexton.
Thank you. Fuck my life. All right. It was Sexton walking out of the tournament as somebody was walking in, and he's like, I'll never forget Sexton going, I could have got away from those jacks. I could have got away from those jacks. And that shit stays in my head because, Jack Ace or Jacks or anything Jack related, Jack King. Oh man, it's trauma.
Fuck jacks. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh man.
Is fuck
My
jacks.
friend used to say, you play with hookers, you usually lose.
Oh,
Exactly.
hey, man. Amen.
Exactly.
You play with hookers. That's a great one for Jacks. Oh, I love that. I love that you play with hookers. You're gonna lose. Yeah, yeah. I've always told my friends you can't trust strippers, and I think that's the the poker version of that exact statement. We're gonna go with that.
Oh, that's funny.
But yo, I was just looking at your posts in the chat. Oh man, if I could teleport to Cherokee,
I'm
that would be
telling you,
nice.
Cherokee is the stop. Not only is it a beautiful area place to go play poker,
Mm-hmm.
but it typically is a softer field. I mean, you've got some
Right.
crushers that come here that are like part of your Gulf Coast clan, as I call them. You know, the um, Preston and Chris and that whole group of crushers play every WSOP at Cherokee for sure. Maurice and there is a group of them, but there's also a pretty soft side of Cherokee. So
Right. Like the crushers can't get to everybody.
right, and there's only maybe there's 15 or 20 of them. Well, that means there's how many that aren't crushers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the piece of the pie is big.
Horseshoe Hammond, is that the one in Indiana?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
And there's some underlying talk about that this will be the last time they host the circuit event, but I haven't gotten that officially yet.
Oh, that'll suck because I was already like, how can we make that work? Go get D-Man and go to Horseshoe Hammond. That would be dope.
That is where I grew up playing slot machines. My mom and dad's favorite casino.
Oh, hella cool.
Yep.
That's right, like on the state line, right, between Indiana and Illinois.
Yeah, it's actually in Indiana, but right as you say on the state line.
Okay, cool,
Not
cool,
very
cool.
far from state line pizza, I might add.
I know. No, no, but I definitely want to go check out that horseshoe because it's hella close to D-Man. So that way
Where's
we
D
can.
Man at?
D-Man is like not that far from there. I think he told me himself he's maybe a half hour away or something like that. D-Man just laughed, so probably I'm way off. So, but he told me he's not that far from there. And if I can remember
Is he in
correctly,
Illinois?
yeah, he's in
Oh
Illinois.
shit, no kidding.
Yeah, yeah, he's right outside of Chicago. I mean, D-Man is as fucking Chicago as Chicago gets. He's a fucking Bears fan, right?
Let's
He's
go, D
diehard
Man. How
Bears
did I
fan.
not know this, D Man? A fellow Bears fan? Let's
Yeah,
go.
and a White Sox fan, if I'm not mistaken. Don't kill me, D-Man.
Southsider, so he can't be very far from where I grew up.
Oh no, no, I don't think so at all. And then I asked him to what to me is the ultimate Chicago question: are you a Smashing Pumpkins fan? And he was like, yeah. So because I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan. So
Well, don't forget Styx came from Chicago.
oh yeah, I don't. But again,
Big Twist
Smashing
and the Mellow
Pumpkins came from
Fellows came
Chicago.
from Chicago, I think. Jazz band. They were so
I
good.
mean, Chicago came from Chicago.
Chicago came from Chicago. I love it. Well, I'll have to, when he gets a chance to take a microphone, I'll have to quiz him. I have to do some Chicago quizzing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But yeah, okay. So Horseshoe Hammond. That's what because I just recently found out there's another horseshoe like somewhere else in the South.
Oh, there's a lot. I like Southern Indiana. There's a horseshoe. There's a horseshoe in Tunica.
Tunica. There
There's
you
a
go. That's the other
horseshoe, I
one.
think, in Kansas City may have a horseshoe. Yeah, there's horseshoes everywhere.
Yeah, hold on. Kansas City, huh?
I
Missouri?
want to say
No
there's one
kidding.
there. I could be mistaken, but I think it's a horseshoe there. I know there's a
I
Caesar
hope so.
property for sure there.
I got a buddy over there, so I gotta see. Too bad there isn't one in St. Louis. I got a buddy in St. Louis that I get to visit sometimes. I'd love if there was a
Uh,
casino right there.
there are some there, so you need to look that up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what's
Every
there,
time
but
I'm in St. Louis, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the Ozarks. See if
well,
I get.
I think the
Yep.
Ozarks are several, like 5 hours away from there. I don't know. I could be wrong, but the Ozarks are not very close, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. I don't. To begin with, driving from Chicago to St. Louis, I had no idea how long that fucking drive was until I
Mm.
took it.
It's like
Jesus.
7 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit is crazy. My dumb ass is like, we'll hop down there. You know, we'll hop back up because you're looking at a fucking map. You're not driving the distance yet, right? And like, oh god,
Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah, I've
I'm,
done all those drives.
no, I'm sure you have. But yo, the dopest part about these drives is like going to Bucky's. You know what I mean?
Come on, there is no better place to stop than a damn Bucky's
Yo,
on a
there.
road
I'm,
trip.
I'm, I'm
Let's
trying
be
to
real.
remember. Bucky's. Okay, there's Bucky's, which is the beaver, right? And then what's the other one? Because there's another fucking one.
There's a
Um.
Wawa.
Okay, I've never been to Wawa.
There's Love's.
Loves for sure. I fuck with Loves heavy.
What else is there?
There was another one that's like character based. Bucky's has all this, right? They have their character. There was another one I saw. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to misrepresent what the hell I saw. It wasn't a moose. It was some other kind of animal.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
there's a Bucky's and there's something else. And then when we were in, where was this? Was this Iowa? Yeah, in Iowa, there's this other brand that my buddy, he's obsessed with pickles, right? So We landed the spot to get gas, and the spot apparently they're known for doing like barbecue. So
Right.
they were like, "Yeah, we just opened like 5,000 new stores in pretty much middle America, like Texas, Oklahoma, and a couple other states."
Right.
Their thing is they do a barbecue pizza with pickles on it.
Oh,
So,
hell no.
so my boy, of course,
Oh,
grabbed the
hell
barbecue
to the no,
pizza.
to the no, no, no.
Yo, I
The
gotta tell
fuck?
you, I like barbecue, but barbecue pizza,
Oh, Jesus
you
Christ.
you gotta be so
You
drunk.
guys are killing me right now.
You gotta be so drunk.
Unbelievable. Speaking of pickles, I did not know that there is a minor league team called the Portland Pickles. I found that out yesterday in a TikTok somebody made, and I'm like, I have to order a jersey. I have to have a Portland Pickles jersey.
No shit. I'm gonna get one for my boy now that I know that the Portland
Yeah,
Pickles.
Portland Pickles. I was like, I love this so much because we have the Savannah Bananas, which is they're making a whole name for themselves, right? The Savannah
Yo,
Bananas.
oh my god, yo, the Savannah
My
Banana.
nephew loves them. He had his birthday party like Savannah Banana
I
theme.
love it. Okay, Isaac, do
That
you
is
know
so
the
cool.
Savannah Bananas, Isaac?
Fuck no, I don't,
Oh
but now I do.
Jesus. Okay, you've got to get on damn YouTube and YouTube Savannah Bananas because they have put a different twist on baseball. So like if a Savannah Banana player hits a foul ball and somebody in the audience catches it, it's an out.
Oh, that's
If
fucking
the
cool.
Yeah,
opposing
their mascot, the guy, Sherry, I saw some clips when they were like trying to revamp this whole thing and like make it what it is
right.
now. They sat with Gary Vee.
Yep. Yep.
No shit. They sat with Gary Vee to get like their marketing up and
Well,
everything.
and I'm going to tell you the guy's vision to start that club, like he was against all odds. Like when you watch the documentary about how the whole thing came about, he was against all odds. Like he put up his mortgage to try to pull this off, and people were telling him he was crazy and it'll never work. And let me tell you something, he has hit the jackpot. And it is just a whole different twist of baseball. While they're playing the ball, while they're playing ball, like the defensive players will all of a sudden break out into dance. And in the middle of the dance, the pitcher will throw the ball. Like,
Oh fuck
oh
yeah.
no, it is
Okay.
so fun. A foul ball, if you catch it, it's an out. So you never want to catch it when the Savannah Banana hits it to you, right? Only when the opposing team fit. And then there's like base running rules, like the ball has to go around the horn. If it gets around the horn before the base runner gets around the bases, it's an out. Like it is some crazy stuff. There's a guy that plays first base on like 5 foot tall stilts. Like it's insane, dude. Just Google it. Just fucking Google it, Isaac. You're gonna be watching that shit the next 3 hours. You're
Oh,
welcome.
I will. I will. That's cool though, because they're doing the entertainment thing with baseball, which,
Amazing.
if I'm not mistaken, shit like that used to exist.
Let me tell you, it's like a
So
circus on the baseball field.
yes,
The
that's what I
umpire
was
breaks
thinking.
out into the dance, like the sprinkler dance. Like it is, it's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
It
That's
is
awesome.
amazing. Like, dude, once you watch their clips, you're gonna like be like, I'm never watching baseball because
That reminds me of some shit people were doing a few years ago. I don't know what the hell exactly it was called, but it was this viral sensation where like somebody would start dancing by themselves to this music, and then when the beat would drop, everybody would be dancing crazy and have crazy helmets on and all that
yeah,
shit. Yeah, that is dope. I love shit like
yeah,
that.
and now they've taken it on tours, so they go to different cities. Like they just played in the Big Green Wall Stadium, I think, about a month or so
Oh
ago.
no shit.
Yeah,
Cool.
sold out crowds, like all over. Sold out, sold out. You
That's super dope. I'm gonna look that up.
you're gonna love
Yeah,
them so much.
yeah, that sounds like fun. I wonder if some shit like that comes to LA. You know,
Oh,
that's cool.
I don't know if they've been to LA, but I know they've been to Washington State. So I'd imagine when they went west that they came somewhere in California.
Right, right, yeah, hell yeah. That's dope.
It's so fun, Isaac. Like it is so fun. I haven't been to a game yet, and we keep like trying to figure out when we can go to a game. And I want to go to a game in Savannah at their home field, and it's nearly impossible to get a ticket for one of those games. Like it's nuts.
Yo, but Savannah Bananas though,
Yeah,
that branding is amazing.
Savannah Bananas, and their uniforms are banana yellow.
Oh
What's
man.
the other team? I can't remember the name of the other. There's other teams too, of course, like because they're playing
Right.
Yeah,
each.
like this is a whole ass league, I imagine.
Yes. The other team is
So
the
dope.
pink team. What are they called? Like they're the bad guys. What the hell are they
Yeah,
called?
I remember.
What are they called? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, they are the. I could visualize their uniform like clear as day. Oh, they're
Oh
so
man.
fun. If you have never seen Savannah Bananas, people get on YouTube and search it and watch
Oh,
some of their
animals.
videos. Go ahead.
The party animals. They're called the
Thank
party.
you. Party animals.
And where are they from? Are they someplace with a P? Like
I think they're
Pittsburgh
from
Party Animals?
Jacksonville, aren't they? I think they're still local in Savannah. Like they're their number one opponents.
Oh, that's cool. So they're like their rivals.
Yeah. So I think when it first started, there were only like two or four teams, and they just played like, you know, just trying to get it kicked off. They just had like two or four teams, and then it's kind of been growing. But now they added a girl pitcher. There's been a girl, I don't remember her name, but she just got added to pitch in the last probably 3 weeks or so.
Oh, that's hella dope.
Yeah, and you've got like former Major League Baseball players. You've got people that played like in the minors and never got pulled up. There's lots of.
So you got some decent gameplay,
Oh
but
yeah.
there's fun involved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this sounds like a winning combination for like,
And it's
certain
all
parts.
like family orientated. So they do like dancing, they bring kids out and dance and make fools of their parents, make them dance, and like it is a whole gimmick. Like the whole day is just a
That
gimmick
just
after
sounds like
gimmick.
some 70s, 80s shit
It's
that
so
died and somebody was smart enough to
dude,
resurrect because that sounds cool.
when I found them, I watched every video I could on them because
Hell yeah.
they are like I wanted to learn, what they're doing. And then the documentary came out. I still think I have a episode of that to watch. But anyway, um amazing. Like the vision. Because when you hear what they do, you're like, how the fuck did they come up with this? And how did they get investors? Like who was willing to go out on a limb on all of this craziness?
Well, I mean, you know what? It sounds hella plausible if you've ever seen the movie
Oh
Basketball,
yeah, of course. Of course.
right? And to me, that's exactly the
And let's
vibe.
face
Like,
it, I think they came about with this league when people were dying watching regular baseball because it was so boring. It's so boring. And like I've said to people, if baseball would have just left the rules alone but shortened the game by 2 innings, they would have solved the problem of it's such a long, boring game. Just shorten it by two
right.
innings. Don't change all these stupid rules about timing to run, timing for the pitcher, timing for this. It's such bullshit. Like it's ruined it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, years ago in another life, I worked at Dodger Stadium, and I got to tell you, working at a stadium or just going to a stadium to enjoy a game is so much more fun than trying to watch that shit on TV.
Absolutely.
On TV, I don't know what it is. Maybe because, there's not the organ music
And the crowd,
and all
the
those things.
wave, the
There's not
beer,
that
the
vibe.
beer vendor, the
It's fun in person. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in
Baseball is.
person, it's fucking amazing. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and that's what's missing though, is that
I think
little.
they messed up though when they took it to a private network. Didn't they take the MLB to a private network? Like you can't really see the games. They like.
Yeah.
I don't watch baseball on TV unless it's like, the series
Right.
and stuff like that. And yeah, you know what? There is an MLB network now. But see, that's the thing. Like, I was just talking about this with my wife. Like, everything is like that now. Back in the day, people used to be like, "Oh, cable, fuck it," right? But you would pay, I don't know, somewhere around $100 for cable, and you had like 300 fucking channels. Now you're only watching like 4 or 5 channels, but you're paying like $10 to $15 a month to watch those
Right.
channels. So it's like, what the hell makes sense in what way, right? Because
Everything's a
me,
paywall.
oh hell yeah. I mean, look, I grew up on HBO, right? And so HBO's always been a network that I like because they usually have pretty good shit.
Right.
And I had gotten the HBO Max when it first came out, and then yeah, it went from like $10 to $20. I was like, get the fuck out of here. But now I guess because economy is what it is, everybody's doing discounts.
Well, they tried a long time ago because I used to sell like the packages in a telemarketing place, where you'd add on Showtime and Stars and
Ah,
it for
yes,
your cable.
telemarketing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember when it started and they said if you pay for your cable, you'll never see another commercial as long as you live. Now you got to pay to block out the commercials. Like it's crazy. The evolution of cable TV. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'd be perfectly happy. I didn't get cable TV until we moved into my new house in 2021. We were still using, not 2021, 2001. We were still using an antenna on the roof or in the attic when we moved to the new house. It was in the attic. And then probably we were here, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And finally gave in to paying for cable. Like my kids couldn't believe I was going to get cable for them. Like it was but we were active. We weren't home much. I mean, we just weren't. So cable just wasn't like wow.
yeah, like full ass cable. I remember the first time I had it was probably when I was a kid in like junior high, right? So that was cool.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, once I got older, it wasn't so much necessary. Plus, like early 2000s, I was into DVDs. So
Right.
like, and I had an amazing bootlegger. Like this guy had all the shit early. Yeah, so like, you know what I mean? I was well stocked.
I love it.
So yeah, so I would get a bunch of movies and watch movies. Plus, when VHS was dying, a lot of the really old school legacy video houses out here were all going away. Blockbuster was going away. There's some really
Dude,
well
I
known
was
ones.
so sad when Blockbuster went away. We would
What?
go
Yeah,
and
because
rent
it was the end of an era. Yeah, it was the end of an era.
we would go like on a Friday and like rent like 8 movies, you know, so we could just have family time with the kids. And we literally over the weekend would, especially if it was like between baseball seasons and we finally could be at home, we literally would go rent like 8 movies. And that whole weekend we would just watch movies, barbecue, make popcorn, and we would just stay home as a family and watch movies. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was definitely a time. You know, even now, you know, streaming has made things interesting. I don't know about how long you guys or any of you guys have been on Apple for a long time, but I've been on Apple forever. And the iTunes store has changed so much. Before, you would buy movies and you
Yeah.
would buy all of these things and you'd have a library. And then one day, they decided to switch all of that,
Yep.
and all of that disappeared. Now you can have a library, but now it's a new kind of
Yep.
library. So imagine you bought thousands of dollars of media and can't use it,
Yep.
and now you got to buy another few $1,000s of media. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts. But
Annoying.
I do like watching movies. Good movies, good shows. I'm watching Game of Thrones for the second
I
time
love Game
around.
of Thrones. Let me tell you what
Oh
I watched
man,
last week when I was researching all this stuff for our trip. I was watching The Hunting Wives. It is a new series.
So good.
It's unbelievable. And let me just tell you, it's hot as hell. Like it is hot and steamy, gentlemen, your favorite kind of programs. Um, like it is such a great plot. The actors and actresses are amazing. Um, like I think I watched it in 3 days. I think there's 9 episodes in this season one. I think it took me like 3 days and I was done. Maybe even shorter than that. No, I think it was 3 days. But anyway, if you haven't watched that one, The Hunting Wives. I highly recommend it, people.
No, I haven't watched that. What I got into in the last year was it started with Alaskan Bush
Oh,
People.
yeah. Yep.
I got into that, but I only made it a few seasons because once I found out what happened down the way, I was like, I'm good.
Yep.
But that led me to Gold Rush.
Oh, I love Gold Rush too. I've watched both of those series. I like
Yo,
Deadly's Catch too.
yeah, you know what? I've only seen that in pieces over the
I
years,
like
here
that one.
and there. I've caught it, but yeah, for me, that and I'm a Food Network kind of guy,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
oh yeah, we won't even go into that. That's a deep, dark rabbit hole. Probably as bad as
I
poker.
love it.
Oh God.
Speaking of poker, let me give some WPT stops that are coming up here. WPT Cyprus, August 13th, is a $3,500 Cyprus Championship. Then on August 14th is the Prime Taiwan Championship. Looks to me, just kind of eyeballing the conversion of money, looks about the same price point, 3,500. Uh, September 25th, the Australian Championship, 5,500 um, dollar tournament. And then October 9th, they're going to be at the Lodge in Austin, Texas, the Prime Lodge Championship, $1,100 tournament. I wish I didn't have so much going on in October. I definitely would consider that one. Then they'll also be at the Bay 101 Casino starting my birthday, October 17th through October 17th through November 2nd for their Shooting Star series. Going back to Bay 101 Casino, they had stopped having it there and it's going back. So that's what's going on with WPT in the near future. Of course, we talked about Hustler. August 10th, Olympic Casino Latvia has a ladies' event on August 10th, and they're going to do like a poker lesson for beginners before the ladies' event, followed by the ladies' event. So that's kind of cool. And then today at 1 o'clock Pacific, Norman Chad and our friend Greg Tapscott from poker.org will be in the booth at Bally Poker Live at the Commerce Casino, and they'll be calling the $500, $100 games. So I'll probably head over there and do their um, what do you call it, mod for them because they made me a mod a few months ago and I try to pop in and help them every once in a while. So I guess today may be that day. So anyway, that's kind of some more stuff that's going on around the world for those that are interested in poker. Hey Fats, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Sherry? You mentioned the Bay 101 Shooting Stars, and I went there one time. I played in that once, and I did satellite into the main event, and the shooting star at my table was Chip Reese, the late great Chip
Wow.
Reese, and it was the only time I ever got to play with him. And I tried every possible way to trap that guy and just never could do it. Never could get him involved in a hand ever when I had something. And I tried every which way to trap him. Overbet, underbet, nothing. Guy was a rock.
Wow.
Um, I think there was a preliminary tournament to that. It was a 2000 no limit. It was one of my better no limit cashes. I think I finished sixth.
Good for you.
I think I cashed for about 25,000. And at my final table was none other than our favorite Miami John Cernudo.
Oh.
Tracked me down at another final table. Um, and so I remember that pretty well. And
Those are great
the only
memories.
the the other highlight of that tournament was there was a guy I've talked about him in the past that I was like that he always wanted to be staked. He's the guy that came up to me and said uh, the side tournament at the Horseshoe was a good tournament. First place has been over 30,000, and I offered him the deal. Okay, I'll put you in, but if you win first place, you can keep all the money. But anything else you place, I keep all the money. And then he didn't want to do. Then he didn't want to be staked anymore. But anyway, I had brought him out to that tournament with me, and he was playing satellites, and he got down to heads up with JJ Liu, and they wanted to make a JJ Liu wanted to make a deal, and I was like, absolutely, I'll take 5,000 back in a heartbeat to get something, some return on this guy, because he was never cashing anything. So I make him make the deal with JJ Liu. She gets the seat, and then we were having a conversation, and she swapped 10% with me.
Nice.
And I was like, all right, that's cool. Well, anyway, when I left that tournament, I went on to, there was one in Iowa. And so we went from there straight to that next tournament. But she was still in, and she went on to finish second place for 300,000.
Nice.
So I had very fond memories of Bay 101 and the Shooting Star. And if I recall correctly, they had one killer cheesesteak sandwich there.
I'm sure you're remembering that correctly. And just for the record, JJ Liu is a crusher on the table. She's been around for a long time, and she is a beautiful soul, just for the record.
Yes, I knew her, and I knew her ex-husband, Dan Alsbach, as well. Because he was good friends with my friend.
We can't hear you. His phone's ringing.
He's good friend, Tom McAvoy, and so I'm familiar with both of them. And I don't think they were necessarily separated at the time I had that deal. But then I saw her. I think it was at the World Series, and then we settled up from the.
Well, I've had the
Bay
pleasure
101.
of
She lost to. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Ted Forrest was who she lost to in the finals.
Yep. I remember that researching her when I interviewed her before. I've had the pleasure of playing poker with her, both her and her ex, and they're just delightful. Like her ex he is a card. Like he is
a wild. He is one loose cannon.
He is so funny though at the table, because you really have to there are some people in life that you really have to pay attention and listen closely to catch what they're putting out there, right? Because they just put these little zingers out there, and unless you're really paying attention, you're missing a whole show. Like you really are missing a lot. And he is one of those characters that just is always saying stuff, about what's going on at the table, a person at the table, the dealer, the tournament, whatever the subject matter is, and it's hilarious. Like he's funny as hell.
Yep, I remember him well. I definitely played with him more times than JJ, but so I lucked into that 10% swap,
Nice.
and that was so I accidentally got a return from bringing this guy with me to put him in tournaments or put him in stuff, but that was Bay 101. I was only there once, but it was a big
right
trip.
On. You had a great return. Great return on that one. Did you get your test results yet, sir?
So here's what happened there. One of the things from the first PET scan was that there was something that was showing, like a spot or something that was showing on my back left, like either hip or liver or something to that effect. But it wasn't in a spot where they could do a biopsy. And it wasn't 100% clear if it was something or it wasn't something.
Right.
They were making the assumption that it probably was, but they didn't know. And so this PET scan was going to kind of get another look at that.
Right.
So I only met with the oncologist, who's not a radiologist. So his expertise in reading the PET scan is not what it needs to be. So, and the place that I went used a different machine. So the looks of the two PET scans, as my oncologist put it, I can't really tell a difference between the two of them because they look totally different to him.
Right.
And so the radiology team won't be looking at it until Friday.
Okay.
And the radiologist will be able to look at both and put them together, and then has the expertise to see what he's seeing. Now, the interesting thing was that where there was the one thing that they couldn't biopsy the last time, according to the oncologist, he doesn't see that anymore.
So it either was
But then
nothing or the
there's something
chemo
on the
took
other
care of it.
side. But now there's something on the other side that he sees, but he doesn't know what that is.
Okay.
So until I get the report from the radiology team, I'm not really going to know. And that's not going to be till Friday.
Okay.
And then I'm leaving for Vegas. And my next immunotherapy appointment is the day I get back. And so I'll have an appointment then. And that's probably when I'll get the report, other than unless they call me, but I don't think they're going to call me for
Well,
that.
the good news is there was nothing that was so dramatic that he's like, wait, you know what I mean? Like nothing's really standing out. So that is a good thing.
Yeah. And as far as what they do know with my mouth and the lymph nodes in my neck, clearly it's less than it was before, which they already knew just from visual, at least looking in my mouth.
Right.
I mean, when he looks in my mouth, he says, you can't really even see the tumor there. The only thing I have is I have damage. I don't know if it's from when they did the biopsy or whatever. So my tongue constantly has a kind of numb type of a
Right.
feeling, and sometimes I slur a little because it seems to like swell up a little and not if I talk too much. So, but other than that, from a visual, he says you can't even see where the tumor was when it was prolific originally. So that's a good sign. It definitely
Absolutely.
isn't, but it's not gone by any stretch. It's still there, and it's a matter of at some point it'll probably start to fight back, and then I might have to make a decision about surgery. But for now, the immunotherapy seems to be working or holding it off, so we're going to stick with that. And then, when I get to January, I'll have a new health insurance provider. I'll get rid of United Health, and I'll get a place that and a carrier that uses the place I got the first PET scan, and we'll do another one in January, and then we'll have a more equal view also, because that was a better facility than the rinky-dink place I went to on Sunday.
Okay. Well, thank you for that update, and we will continue to pray for your health for sure.
But it's Bet Bash now. That's the whole focus is Bet Bash. Next week I'll be having dinner with Sean McCormack one night. We're inviting Kenneth James and Tom McAvoy as well. And I don't know if anybody else is going to be in Vegas. Let me know. And I definitely want to see some people that are out there if they happen to be out there, and see what we can do to get you on the schedule.
Okay, a couple of things. One, I'm excited you're going. Two, I'm excited you're having dinner with all those wonderful guys. Three, I need you to give Tom my phone number because I would love to interview him. I reached out to him before, but I don't think I had the correct contact information for him.
Yeah, I have his phone number. When I talk to him, I'll ask him if I can give it to you. I'm sure he'll say yes.
Perfect.
He'll be happy anybody even knows he
Perfect.
exists.
I would love that. I did try to reach out to him before, and like I said, I think I had the wrong contact stuff. So would love to interview
I
him.
always I always tease Tom. He's the only person in the Poker Hall of Fame that nobody ever heard of.
I think many old timers like me have heard of him, but we're going to introduce him to some younger ones. How about that?
Well, my favorite story about that is because I'd said that to him a million times. I mean, the first time I met him, I got into we got heads up on a satellite and we got in a little beef. And I was like, well, who the hell are you? And then he went and he pointed to his picture on the wall. but But there was a time when there was friends of ours. They had kids in some high school out in Vegas, and they were trying to raise money. They were going to have a fundraiser to raise money for equipment for the athletic department for the students or
Right.
whatever. And so they were going to have a poker tournament, and so much money was going to be taken out of the prize pool to go towards the kids. And I said to the kid, I said, talk to the guy who's running it and ask him if he's interested. I can probably get Tom McAvoy to come out and play in the tournament to help him
Sure.
promote it. And so he went to the teacher, and the teacher told him, and he came back to me and he says he wants to know who Tom McAvoy is.
Obviously,
So
before Google.
I always kid Tom about that too.
I
So
love that so much. I would appreciate it if you would ask him that, if you give me
and
his number.
I have a nickname for Tom as well. And my nickname for him is the Bluffless Wonder because I was in a poker league with him for 3 years, private poker
Sure.
league that we do weekly. And I've seen him play in tournaments and everything like that. I have asked every person that I know of that has ever played with him, and I've taken my experience playing with him, and do not know of one documented instance where he has ever bluffed, and nobody can tell me of one.
Oh, interesting.
So I maintain he's the only person in the Poker Hall of Fame that has never bluffed in poker.
According to Fats's survey, anyway. All right, Isaac, go ahead,
So
bud.
find somebody who can document an instance of him
I
bluffing.
love it.
So it has to be he bluffed, he got called, the cards got turned
Yeah.
over, and he didn't. And there's no known instance of that on this planet. I researched it for 3 years.
I love it. Fats, when you dive in, you dive in. Let's bring Isaac in here. His hand's getting tired of being
Oh no,
raised.
no, no, not at all, not at all. Actually, my only curiosity was when was that dinner?
Monday night.
Monday night, because I'm gonna go play Sunday. So,
You're in Vegas,
I'm
Isaac?
gonna be in Vegas on Sunday, Fats.
Yeah. Are you going to be there Monday?
I might. Now that you mentioned this,
Hit me up in the DMs. I'll tag you in for sure.
okay, sounds great, man.
Love it. Love it. Now you're giving us all FOMO. All right, Fats, tell us what's going on with Bet Bash, when it starts, what's going on. Are there any tickets left?
I'm sure there's still tickets left, but it's pretty. Some aspects like the VIP tickets might be sold out, but there's still for general admission and stuff like that. I'm sure that's still definitely available. The registration is Tuesday night, but Tuesday morning there's a pre-Bet Bash golf tournament, and Tuesday afternoon there's a pre-Bet Bash poker tournament, and on Monday there is a pre-Bet Bash luncheon for anybody who's out there earlier, and that'll be at the California Club at their buffet over there.
Hey, who's going to be
not the California, the Main Street station. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. Who's going to be the bounties for the tournament, poker tournament? I know Mike the Mouth is Barry.
All I know is Mike the Mouth, and I only know that because Barry sent me a text or a DM with the tweet from
Right.
Mattisau, and I have not spoken to anybody, and I have not been asked as yet to be a bounty, even though I was the bounty that lasted the longest last year, all the way to bubble the stupid tournament.
Oh,
Uh, but that's okay if I'm not. So anyway, that gets you. That's all the preliminary stuff. Then there'll be registration. Everybody that hasn't registered yet, like if you're in those any of those early events, like the poker or the golf tournament, they'll give you all your registration credentials there, so they'll get those people out of the way, and then anybody else that's still coming in Tuesday night, there'll be registration, and I have like 3 hour cocktail party, open bar, and then Wednesday morning we'll have our networking where it's like speed dating,
right.
but where you get to meet different people with similar interests in 5 minute meetings with 2 minute break in between. You get 15 of those, and then after that there'll be the first an hour apart. There'll be 3 of the seminar panels where everybody has a choice of 1 of 5 for 3 sessions. And then on Thursday, there'll be 3 more sessions. And then Thursday afternoon, there'll be a watch party at Circa Swim or in the sports book for whatever football game is on Thursday night. There should be a cocktail party Wednesday night as well. And then on Friday, there'll be panel discussions on Friday, and Friday night will be the Hall of Fame induction and the closeout VIP party at the Legacy Club. And I think on one of the Thursday or Wednesday, whatever in between, I think they put out a lunch spread out there too. So
Now, who's being inducted this year?
this year's inductees, I know there's a guy named and on the dead side, there was a guy named Eugene Nolan who was a big he was big better from New Orleans.
Okay,
Um,
I'm going to stop you there and let's not call it on the dead side. Okay, can we just say, isn't it posthumous? Or how do you say it?
Posthumous. Yeah,
posthumously, the
posthumously.
posthumously
Thank
inducted.
you. Let's not say on the dead side. Oh God, Vance, you're killing me. Oh,
Um, and then on the other side, I know Spiro the Greek, who used to run Olympic sports and who was a real big NBA player, better. As a matter of fact, he was so big and sharp with betting the NBA. He was one of the people that recognized when there was that referee scandal that there was something wrong with the way the lines were moving on the NBA games, because it didn't make sense. And he was one of the first to kind of draw attention to something wasn't right. So
good for him.
he is he's being inducted, and there's a gentleman named Jeff Whitelaw who's being inducted, and he's a guy he's done a lot of handicapping. He and he's always been a sports bettor for years. I've worked with him on in various things. So he's getting in, and I'm trying to. I forget who the other 3 are off the top of my head,
Am I making
but
it
I
up, or
think
did you
they're.
tell me there was a female that was going to get inducted, or was there a?
That's that Paris. Yes, Paris Smith is the other inductee, and was she started out at Worldwide Telesports for Billy Scott back in the first days of when there was offshore internet gambling, and they were down in what I forget what island they were on,
Costa
but wherever
Rica,
they
maybe.
were, no, it wasn't Curacao. I went down there too to visit them once.
Dominican,
I can't remember. No, it's not the Dominican. It's not St. Martin's, but
Aruba.
uh,
I'm trying to think.
it wasn't Aruba.
It doesn't
It
matter.
was,
Go ahead.
but anyway, so she started out, and then she built her way up through the system. I knew her as a clerk answering the phones when I would call to make a bet, and then she was managing all the clerks, and then she went on to do other marketing with them, and eventually when she left there, she went on to Pinnacle, worldwide famous Pinnacle Sports, and ended up becoming the CEO of Pinnacle,
Nice.
and she held that job for a while, and she's moved on to something else now. And I had gotten to I heard an interview with her um, before last year's Bet Bash, and when I heard about her from back in her days at Worldwide Telesports, which was WWTS, run by Billy Scott, I said, can't wait to see her at Bet Bash because she's got to remember me by my code number, and my account number was 506 when I used to bet there. But usually you had initials to that was like your code word, so somebody else couldn't bet on your account. So you had to say a number and then your initials. Now, my initials were the letter A and the letter O. So when I would call up though, I would say AO 506. So, and it used to be I never even had to say the 506. I would just call up and say AO. And this guy that I had helped me in the office at the time, he used to do it too. He might have been the one that even started it. He would, "Hey-oh, hey-oh."
I love it.
So it became like a big thing. So I finally get to see her at Bet Bash last year, and I said, I want to know if I'm going to give you my code letters, and we'll see if you can remember what my account number was, and remember who I am. And I said to her, "Oh," she goes, "Oh my God, 506."
Aw, how fun.
So, and she's
Well,
a
it
real,
sounds
real,
like
real smart, sharp woman who really, you know, worked through a pretty male-dominated
right.
business to get to where she got, and sharp as a tack, and well deserving of the honor.
Well, it sounds like all the nominees are um, very deserving, and those inductees are. So very cool. Well, it sounds like fun. And you're leaving when? Friday or Saturday?
Well, I'm leaving Saturday,
Okay.
so I'll get there Saturday, um, the 9th, which is a couple days early, and then I'm come back on Monday morning, the 18th. But so I'll be there for 9 days. The See, this was my plan. The first Bet Bash, I went out there for basically the days. I stayed at one day, got there a day early and stayed a day late. The next time I went out, 2 days early and stayed 2 days later. So now I'm going out 3 days early and 3 days later. The
Awesome.
trick is each time I go out, I'm going to extend it on either side a little bit longer until my wife doesn't realize it, but we've actually moved back to Vegas.
Is that something you'd like to do? Would you really like to move back?
I miss living there. I really need to be here because the my medical attention and
Right.
the doctors I have now are light years better than the doctors that I dealt with in Vegas. And not that they weren't competent, but I mean, you get an appointment and then you get there and then you have to sit there for an hour and wait when you have an appointment. Here, the longest I've ever had to wait is 5 minutes past an appointment time, and I've had tons of appointments
Very good.
since I moved here and got a whole new slate of doctors. So
Very good.
I really need to be here. Plus, I never got to play cornhole out in Vegas. So, and
Well,
now we
and
just
you
had
got
my
your family around too. I mean, there's something to be said about, being around the kids and the family.
and my stepson and his wife and my two grandkids and their two big dogs that had moved to Vegas for the last year just came back, and they're living with us, and they'll be living with us probably at least through the school year. And I posted some pictures of those dogs, and so they're living with us. We got a nice big basement that we never use, and it's got a whole master suite in it, and
Nice.
everything. So they're all set up downstairs, and we're up here now. We have the extra company, and I get my grandkids here 24/7 now.
That's so
Except
fun.
except my stepson has them well disciplined, and I have an issue with them that they're at grandma and grandpa's house. They're supposed to be able to run amok as they please, and he wants them to be disciplined and polite. And so we got an issue. I'm trying to work out a negotiation where they can run amok upstairs, but they have to behave themselves downstairs. But because I like the chaos in the bedroom.
Well, but daddy wins.
Wait, and then they brought this cat, the cat that beat up my dog a while.
Oh,
Not beat up. I put the video of it, of the cat swiping at my dog when my wife used to go babysit for them,
right.
and so she would take our dog with her, and the cat didn't like the dog, so they were bringing this cat, and I'm like, I don't want this cat. This cat. Anyway, this stupid cat is nosying up to me. He's up to no good. He's like the nicest cat in the world. I hate cats, and he's making me like him. And it's very upset. It's very, very upsetting and nerve wracking.
Well, maybe instead of the hat and the coin, it has to be the cat and the coin.
Yeah, I don't know about this. It's a black cat too.
Oh, it definitely has to be the cat and the coin then.
Black cats are
Uh,
the best, though. The best.
I'm not a cat person. They're too sneaky for me. I don't like that.
I've had cats forever. Cats are cool. I mean, I
Mm,
have cats and dogs,
yeah.
and it's funny to see them, engage with each other. But not black cats. In my experience, I've had two of them over the years, and they're really, really chill. They're dope.
I'm going to tell you, we had a black cat that we took in because my mom's friend passed away, and she had a black cat called Midnight, and it was a doll. Like it was a great cat. I was allergic to it, but it was a great cat. I'm just not a cat person.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
not.
Hey, I mean, some people hate fish, right?
Right.
I mean, so.
I don't hate anything. I just don't like cats.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Because cats are chill. I have a friend who's out of his fucking mind though. He told me he doesn't like cats because he thinks they're always judging him, and I'm like, you should seek help. You should
What's he
seek help.
feeling guilty about?
Yo, listen. I was like, word, okay, and then
That's
now,
funny.
now, here's where it gets interesting. And then he lets out, oh, well, when I was young, I used to like get cats and tie their tails together.
Oh, he's a
Uh,
meanie.
Oh, and I asked him, how the fuck do you tie two cats' tails together without getting scratched to death? So that was
Ugh,
fascinating. I don't even want to know what that looks like. But yeah,
that's mean. That's what that looks like. Mean.
indeed.
That's yeah. No, no bueno. No bueno. Not a good thing. Karen, are you still with us? I bet she's editing videos.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, she's out in the car.
Yeah, so my son needed me to, he left some homework at home. And so I got a panicked text. Could I please drop it at school? So I did.
Oh, don't you just love those panic text
Yeah.
messages? for your 45th trip to the high school.
My older son was way worse, and I can remember one time that I made 4 trips to the school, but one of the trips was they called me because there was a problem with my son. But man, he just would forget stuff. And yeah, I took him to school, went home, then he forgot something. Went, then came back. Then the principal called. They needed me to come up for the problem. Went up there, came back. Then I had to go back and get him at the end of the day. It was ridiculous.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I couldn't wait until they could drive so that I could stop making those runs back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have the funds to get my younger one a car at this point, but he does. I haven't informed him that he needs to learn to drive. That I don't really want to take because some of his friends, and I just flat out told him I'm not driving over there. He's got a friend that lives in Swanee. That's a 45-minute drive for me one
That's
way.
far.
I'm not doing it. You'll have to get friends that live closer. I'm not driving over there, or if he can drive himself. I'm just not. I told him that
I'm
is
with you.
on a good day. That's an hour and a half.
No way.
Um,
No.
there and back, and then I got to do it again. So it's like 3 hours. And so, what does he expect me to do? Just hang out over in Swanee till he's done? So, yeah, I've told him that's not something I'm going to be able to do.
Yeah. Right on, mommy. Tell him to do it while he's at his dad's house.
Well, it's funny because his dad lives in Ackworth, so yeah, it's just an impossible drive.
Which is worse.
It's like going out of state almost.
Indeed, it would be. Oh, that's funny. Oh, wow. Swanee. How do you meet that kid?
So my son goes to a private school in Alpharetta, and I'm surprised too, but it does drag people from a pretty wide
Oh,
area.
got it.
And so, a couple of his friends, live further than the other ones.
Got it. Got it. Well, tell him this is a perfect time to learn how to drive, son.
Totally. And then a couple of his friends also, maybe they moved. A couple of his friends don't even go to the school anymore, but yeah, they used to. Yeah, he's got to learn to
Oh,
drive. It's
yeah.
time.
Yeah. He won't regret it. My daughter was like that. She told us, you guys can just drive me around for the rest of my life. That's what she told her brothers. She told her dad. She told me, you guys are just going to drive me around the rest of my life. We're like, no, that's not how this works.
That's what I told
Oh,
my younger son. I'm like, look, you don't know the freedom. Then it's never coordinating with me. Can I do it? Or there's never a question other than making sure there's a car available,
right.
and you can go drive yourself and go do whatever you want to do. It's freedom. Go have
Amen.
at it.
Amen, sister. Oh, yeah. My daughter used to crack us up. It would be so funny. One of us would bring it up just because we wanted to hear her response because she was so adamant, so serious. Like she had it all planned out what we were going to do for her for the rest of her life. Just drive her around. Oh, God. So funny when I think about it. It's so funny. But she didn't get her license. I think she was just going to be, I think it was her senior year, like toward the end of it. And she was going to be going off to college at the University of Tennessee. And I was like, you got to take, we're going to give you a car to take to school and you got to be able to drive it because none of us are there to drive you around. It was so funny. Oh my God. And so I just made the point. I don't know if you still have to do that, but back then it was right when they switched the system and you had to make an appointment to go get your license. So I went ahead and made the appointment because it was like 2 or 3 months in advance. And then, like 2 days before the appointment, I said, oh, by the way, I have to pick you up from school early on blah, blah day because you're going to get your driver's license test. And I thought she was going to have a coronary. Oh my God, oh my God. I go, don't worry. We're on our way for you to practice your parallel parking right now as we speak. And so I took her right over to the place where we practice parallel parking. And of course, She had no problem with that. And 2 days later, she went and got her license. Praise Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of my kids are quite there. They got to get their permits or whatever. But the youngest one is definitely ready for the permit and
Sure,
driving too. I think he'll be a decent driver.
sure. I'm sure he will be. Yeah, that whole process. That whole process. Hey, Fats, welcome back.
Thank you. I had a, that was about my reservation in Vegas, so I um, had to take that.
Absolutely. How many people are they expecting for Bet Bash?
Um, I think they get over 600 now. Um,
Nice.
I'm not sure the exact numbers. I'll find out when we're doing it. I'll report.
Nice. I'm so excited Barry's going. Very
Yeah,
cool.
very excited. Barry, I think somehow is affiliated with one of the corporate sponsors. I think that's how he ended up
Love it.
coming in. But I'll find out more about that when I see him. And I'm really looking forward to meeting Barry finally.
I know, right? It's so fun to meet people in person that we've been talking to for a couple of years here in Spaces.
First thing I'm going to say to him is, now I don't mean any disrespect, but I have to open the sentence. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I have to I have to open the sentence, my first sentence that way with him.
Oh, I love it.
But then I have to say something. Then I'm going to say something respectful and kill his bit.
Oh my gosh, you guys are going to have a blast. So fun. Very cool. Very cool. And Isaac's going to be there this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't know Isaac was anywhere near Vegas, but that's good.
Well, he's in California, but he's coming over there for a tournament on Sunday.
And I've been talking to Isaac since the Kenna James spaces way back.
Yep. Yep. Yes, indeed. Love it. I hope
And
you.
I'm trying to get another special guest in on this dinner. The Slot King, my buddy Aaron, who runs a poker room, or he's one of the managers in the poker room down at the Orleans,
Awesome.
and he does some stuff with the Advantage slots. So I look forward to seeing him. He used to come to our backgammon club every week, and there was a stretch he rented a room in my house, and we're real good friends. I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
Very cool. Very cool. So you're going to have all kinds of fun. What is your like must have meal when you go to Vegas? Like I know you're a big foodie. So what's your like I have to go to this new Japanese place we've been going to the last year. So what is your like
Which,
must do meal?
well, I'm strictly downtown, and I'm strictly trying not to eat anything. Like, I'm not gonna, if I go by the D and I'm hungry, I'm not gonna run in and grab something from McDonald's. Never happen.
Right.
Not on this trip. Every calorie I eat will be something I thoroughly enjoy. Now, I will definitely. Last trip was great because I ate at Barry's, which I already know I'm eating there at least once. I ate at Oscars. Um, I ate at 8 East, which is the Asian place inside Circa. I'll eat at Saginaw's at least once or twice. That's the deli in there. Um, the
Do you like
uh,
Mexican?
Not a big Mexican.
Okay.
The At the Binion's Horseshoe, the snack bar there, if I can find a day when they have the corned beef on the fatty side, I will have a corned beef sandwich there at least one day.
Wait, where
The
is that at?
the snack bar at Binion's Horseshoe
Okay.
in the back.
Okay.
It's just like a little
Because I
counter.
love me some corned beef. It's hard to find good corned beef.
So I'll have that, and then there's there's an Asian place in the Golden Nugget that's right across from the Grand Ballroom where they have the tournaments. I think it's Red Asia or
Oh yeah.
something like that.
Yep, right by the
And
doors.
but they're not open on. They're only open, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they have a happy hour menu from 4 to 6, where you can get some discounted, some good stuff on discount. So I want to hit that at least one time on a Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Well, the
Probably
reason why I asked you about Mexican is there's a fantastic Mexican restaurant in the Nugget, like delish.
And speaking of D, there's the Italian steakhouse in the D on the second floor that will definitely, it's definitely on my radar for at least once there as well. Now in the mornings, in general, in the mornings, I start my day with I'll have a chocolate peanut butter protein shake. My wife will pick those up, so I'll start my day with that,
Right.
and then lunch and dinner the rest of the day will be something. Now, and I'll tell you something else. Late night, or maybe early afternoon, if there's a machine I like to play at the Union Plaza, and they have in the back corner of the Union Plaza, there's a place called Pop Up Pizza, and they have pizza all different, with different toppings, and they're pretty much like square, big rectangular
Right.
slices. And I'll go in there and grab one or two slices from there. I really
Yummy.
like I really like their pizza, so that's another spot I'll go to. So those are my main core spots that I'm looking to make sure I hit. I got 9 days to take them down. So
I love it. And you know what? I'm so happy you're feeling better so that you can enjoy those favorite spots. It's awesome.
yeah, when I first got the bad news, the big thing, the first thing that flashed before my eyes was I'm not going to be able to go out to Vegas for Bet Bash.
Sure.
And then as I started feeling, because at the time I thought I was going to have surgery right away, and I knew there was going to be I knew there would be a long recovery from that, and I thought that would drag into Bet Bash. When I found out I was not going to be doing the surgery, then I was like, well, I'm I'm going to go to Bet Bash, but I'm not going to enjoy it because I'm not going to be able to eat everything that I like to eat when I'm out there. Because at the time I was on like mashed potatoes, broth, and pudding, and that was about all I could eat without being in pain. So now I can eat regular again, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Amen, brother. I'm happy for you, Fats. Happy for you. Love it. Now, are you going to play much poker besides the poker tournament while you're there, or just focusing on Bet Bash activities?
Other than that poker tournament, I don't anticipate playing any poker unless it's a situation where I just I don't have anybody that I hanging out with, or there's nobody really, like I'm running out of things on my schedule and people to see.
Okay.
But in general, if I get a free hour here or a free hour there, I'll usually run over to play that one machine I like over at the Union Plaza, or there's a bank of machines up in the high roller room at Circa. Like, and I'll play $5. It's a $5 single line
Right.
video poker, and I'll just throw like certain like 1,000 in each machine
Right.
and play it through, cash it out, go to the next machine, and just basically play it out. And if I hit a four of a kind, that's 1,250. So I hope I just hit enough four of a kinds to get me through the, switching machine to machine to machine.
Right on.
And so other than that's how I'll kill my time on the gambling. And then God knows what my wife will be doing.
Well, I was going to say, your wife likes to play slots, right?
Yes, my wife, she plays video poker, and she knows the proper strategies if she plays the full pay games and stuff. But the one, and she's pretty quick with the buttons and playing. Except there's one button on the machine she hasn't figured out how to use it,
Cash out?
and that's the cash out button. She just doesn't get it. Doesn't understand how it works. It's
Poor
it's
Mrs. Fats.
but she does. She gets carte blanche for 9 days. God help me.
God help you. Now, does she
I might
play?
have to start. I might have to start betting again after Vegas.
Does she play any other kind of slot besides a poker slot?
She'll jump on the. I think she likes those buffaloes.
Okay.
I see her playing that from time to time, but she doesn't want to take like my friend who's the slot king. He would be happy to show her. When you're playing, look for this or look for that or look for this, and she just wants to play. She's not. So I can't get her to be trained for.
She doesn't want to be technical. She just wants to go play.
She just wants to play and relax, and she's got. Let me tell you something. She's got endurance. There was 2 years ago. I was walking through I was up real late with Spanky in the Legacy Club. I mean, we were up there to they closed at 3, and then we came downstairs, and then there were some guys playing craps, and we're talking and bullshitting in the casino, and finally it was 4:30 in the morning, and I said, "Look, I gotta go. My wife's gonna kill me. I'm out this late." And I get back to the room, and she wasn't even back yet. She was still out gambling. I didn't even know where she was.
Well, she didn't know where you were either. Let's be fair.
No, she knows how to find me.
Well,
she wants to find me. She finds me.
Well, the same could be said about you. If you want to find her,
no, she doesn't answer her phone when she's playing. I call her phone. She just ghosts me and ignores me. If I don't answer my phone, she wants to know who I'm taking pictures with.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong.
But I post all the pictures.
She's not wrong.
Well, so
love it.
I can never track her down in the casino if she's in a machine. It's very tough to you could just rapid fire make her phone vibrate. Nothing doesn't phase her.
Well, in her defense, I put my phone up, and it's hard to get a hold of me in a casino. I really try to stay off my phone when I'm in a casino.
Yeah, so it's tough, but I can't get a hold. But if I don't answer my phone within, either call right back or something like that, then I gotta have. I gotta have 3 witnesses as to where I was and what I was doing.
Oh, too funny.
But my wife deserves a good time in Vegas. See, it's a shame because my stepson who just moved here, the plan was I thought they were going to be able to stay get the extended 1 month and come in September.
Right.
Or come mid-August so that they would still be out there when we were out there so that my wife could go over there and spend time over there like she did last August.
So it's going to cost you more money because they're not there.
They're not there now. So there's one friend, a couple that we know, Sam and Sam. There's Samantha and Sam, And we had at our house, original house that we had out in Vegas, we did their wedding in our backyard, and so we're close to them, and they have two kids that are getting older and older, and so she'll go out and hang out with them once or twice for something to do outside of the casino. But other than that, I got no other distractions for her.
Other than that, she's going to be on the machines with your checkbook.
That's it. And then if she runs out of whatever funds she's got and needs more, and I don't answer that phone, then I'm really in trouble.
Happy wife, happy life. You can't stay to take pictures if she doesn't have money to stay on the machines. Remember that.
Yeah. Have I told you? I know I've told a bunch of people that she's the reason that I have cancer.
Don't ever say that.
No, hear it out. Trust me.
Okay.
The reason is because she kept me alive long enough to get it.
Oh, because your doctors kept telling you were going to die soon.
Well, yeah, but just I had health issues
Right.
prior, and she got me through. Because I was on oxygen 24/7 for several years, and I don't have that anymore. And so I did have some issues, and she got me through all that. So I mean, I wouldn't have been alive. She kept me alive long enough to get cancer, so it's got to be her fault I have it.
God bless her. Yep, she deserves your blank checkbook.
So, she gets whatever she wants.
I know, pal. I know you take care of her. It's a good thing.
So, I guess you're not going to take a special trip out to Vegas this week, Sharon?
Dude, I would love nothing more than to come out to Vegas this week, but I just spent the last week finalizing my plans for going to Europe, and my poker pocketbook is completely empty at the moment because of those plans.
Yep, travel is the biggest rake in poker.
It's insane. Like, it is insane. It's crazy. The only thing that's saving us is that we have a free hotel for a majority of the time we're there. So that's a good thing.
What's today's date?
6th.
What are we? 6th. So Alan's still in Koreatown somewhere.
He is still in Asia.
Over there playing in that tournament.
Yes, indeed. What day is he coming back?
I think he was there for it was a 10-day tournament, so he should be back like Sunday or Monday, I guess.
So is he coming to Bet Bash or no?
No, he's going to
Cherokee.
That place. No, he's going to that place in near San Francisco that they have the tournaments all the time over there. That everybody.
Is it Granton, or is it Jamal?
Wait, Great Britain or something sounds familiar.
Grayton, Graton, Grayton.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. That he's going to that tournament, and then there's another place that he goes that has tournaments that I think Bobby goes up there and deals all the time for that tournament series.
Thunder Valley.
Yeah, Thunder Valley. That's it. So he's going to end up at Thunder Valley and also while he's up there.
Yep.
Because they take good care of him up there.
Yes, indeed. I guess he's skipping Cherokee this time.
Maybe.
I'm kind of surprised. Some of the stuff is overlapping as much as it is. Like, there's 2 ladies events on September 19th. Like, why would you do that?
Well, maybe because it's a woman's prerogative.
Well, more than likely a woman's not making the plans because we're outnumbered by so many men. But It's just like, it's sort of like the argument about WPT and WSOP in Aruba or down in the Bahamas at the same time in December. Why make your audience choose? With better planning, they can do both, and you both are winners.
Well, I guess what it comes down to is at some point you're going to end up with more than 365 poker events over the course of a year. So there's going to have to be an overlap somewhere.
Well, yeah, but I don't think it has to be like, I think that the big tours like WPT even run good and WSOP, and I think that they can coordinate and never overlap.
Yeah, I think the comparable size events should definitely spread themselves out. Like you know, each person. I don't know. I mean, they're like 12 big things. Everybody should take a month, and if there's 24, everybody takes a half a month, and they just pick and then they schedule accordingly.
Right. So the moneymaker is going to be at the Hard Rock in Cincinnati with a ladies event September 19th and the WSOP circuit events at Horseshoe Hammond with their ladies event September 19th. Those two venues are close enough in driving distance, with it being maybe 6 or 7 hours. I'm just guessing that if you do it back up week to week, that the players would just go from one to the other. Now you're making them choose.
It's the same thing. You know who does it well, but they don't have as many events. The backgammon tour, and they don't have as big money necessarily. Also in those,
Right.
but they pretty much like the one I went to in Novi, Detroit. That was the 50th anniversary of that tournament. Every 4th of July for the last 50 years, they had that tournament.
That's awesome.
And the Vegas, there's two in Vegas every year, about 6 months apart. And there's one in Chicago, which is in May, which I'm going to look towards maybe going to the Chicago one in May next year.
Awesome.
And I'll do Chicago and then I'll do Detroit in July. But there's one up in Wisconsin, and there's one in LA around Christmas time, and there's one I think down in New Orleans, and then they have one in New York. But they're all spread out, and they're pretty much the same week, give or take, every single year.
Right.
And then people just get used to their system. And then when they have the World Championships in Monte Carlo, which they just had, and a guy named Joe Russell won this year, who I'm familiar with. He's a sports bettor and also a longtime backgammon guy. But when they have the World Championships in Monte Carlo, there's no other events that are taking place. Like nobody's running a one in Chicago or anywhere else at that time. It's dark and everybody goes out to Monte Carlo.
But aren't those events all over the world being run by the same organization?
Yeah, there is an organization. It's I forget the exact name of it, that I guess sanctions these tournaments. So there is a backgammon organization, and I think when you play in these tournaments, you get charged a minimal dues to be part of it, and
Right.
part
So
of
my
the
point
ranking.
is, you have that one organization that's making a master calendar working with each city so that they don't overlap. But in the world of poker, we have several companies: WPT, Run Good, the Middle States Tour, the WSOP, the Moneymaker Tour. You have different operators, so it's not just one group making a calendar. You have several businesses making their own calendars, and it's just a different cup of tea.
Well, I think also, even if you take the fact that they're like the main backing organization is the same, I don't even think, I think that's almost coincidental because most of these events from city to city have been run by the same person for like 15 or 20 years, and then maybe they pass it off to somebody else.
Right.
So there's like a legacy. So each of these tournaments, I think, because it's all the same people generally that travel. I mean, there's locals, but a lot of the travel people are all the same people, and the people that run it are all the same people. Like a lot of the people that run it travel with the tournaments to help work them too.
But they're all
And
under one umbrella. The umbrella
but
is the company that you're paying dues to. And that umbrella, that one company is the one that's in charge of the master schedules. So they say to Chicago, okay, what are your dates?
no, but see, that's what I'm
Detroit,
trying to
you're
say.
always July
Uh,
the 4th, you know.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's coincidental. These guys that have been running this basically already had their own agreement long before like this the sanctioned group came in. They were already like, look, I
Right,
got this, I do it here, and I do it here, and I do it here, and they've been doing it that way for years.
right.
Just to make it more official, they have the sanctioning group come in, but the sanctioning group really doesn't dictate those schedules. Those schedules have been in place for years and years and years.
And they still
Uh,
don't dictate those schedules. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they're going from city to city, and it's only that group running it in that city, right? Now you have an umbrella that covers all of those different groups in each city and helping to coordinate that. What if a new city wanted to do, like next year, start a backgammon tournament in their city? What if I wanted to do one in my city? I guarantee you I'd have to go to that master company that's in charge of the umbrella and say, hey, I want to get on the schedule. And they would probably approve or have to approve it or deny it. And then B, they would have to give me a window of dates that do not interfere with those other things that have been in place for decades. That's
yeah,
not what
well, that
can
way,
happen. That's never going to be able to happen in the poker world.
yeah, but also in your case, that's pretty much true. But in your case too, if you're a backgammon person and you were going to start your own, like let's say I was going to start another one in Michigan, and I wanted to do it here in Grand Rapids, I would I would look and make sure, like I would check the schedule, what's out there to make sure I wasn't doing it like
Right,
not even to, you wouldn't want to try to compete with any of the
right.
other ones anyway. So, but it's a more friendly working environment. There's no real competition amongst the different venues that are doing
Well,
this.
and because they just don't have as many events, right? Like it's just a different beast. That you have all these different poker tours, and they all have, the poker. I mean, the let's talk about the circuit events. What do they have? Probably 26, uh, maybe even more. I'm just taking a wild guess. Maybe 26 circuit stops a year. That's just one of them. There's just so many tournaments, and then those series are 10 days long. They have 10 days of tournaments, for a
Yeah,
circuit
the
event.
backgammon's kind of more like probably once a month,
Right,
if that. There's one,
right,
and they're only like 4 or 5 days. It's not like
right.
now Monte Carlo might be like a 2 week thing because they get so many people come out to that, but that's the world championship. So
Right, I bet that's a
like
cool thing to go to.
for example, I think they had a field of 64 people for the doubles world championship at Monte Carlo, and at most of these venues for the doubles, you're lucky if you can get 8 teams or 16 teams to get a full bracket.
Wow, boy, I used to be so good at backgammon. God, I love that game.
Well, let's go,
I
Sherry.
was no, I'm not kidding you. I Nobody could beat me. Nobody could beat me.
You have to go on Backgammon Galaxy.
That's the name of the site.
There's a site called Backgammon Galaxy, and then if you create a thing on there and you want to play with a friend, then you click on play a friend, and it gives you set up what type of a match you want to put on there, and then it'll give you a 4-digit code, and then you just send the 4-digit code to your friend, and then they log into the same spot, play a friend, and they just type the code into the spot,
No.
and then it puts you both at the same table.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Right now, I got too many irons in the fire.
If you create an account, I'll be happy to play a little backgammon with you.
I would love that.
I just started playing a little more on there since since I got out of the Detroit one.
Right. It's awesome. Love it. Love it.
Can't wait to tell Tom McAvoy if somebody's interested in interviewing him.
You can tell him I gave away one of his books. I bought one of his books, and I gave it away at the last meetup game. I think Isaac won it, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you actually bought one of his books?
I did.
Oh, he'll probably know. It's probably the only sale he had since then.
Stop.
I'll ask him. I'll say, remember that last book you sell? That's the person who's interviewing. You bought that book, and they want to.
Oh,
that's how that conversation will go.
that's
when I
hilarious.
talk.
But I think Isaac won it, if my memory serves me correctly. I think he won that book at the meetup game. Yeah.
I've got a page in that book. I contributed to that book.
Nice.
I wrote up a page and a half of how I met Tom, the whole story with him pointing to the wall and stuff,
Love
and
it.
how we became friends. All the way up to, by the way, I don't know if you know this story. When I moved from Vegas to Michigan 4 years ago, we had a van and we had our Cadillac.
Right.
And so my wife was driving the van and I was going to drive the Cadillac. And my wife didn't want me just driving the car by myself. She wanted somebody in the car with me.
Right.
And so Tom is from Michigan. So I said, "You want to take a drive to Michigan and then we'll fly you back?" And he said, "Sure."
I love it.
I talked about our adventures in the car ride in that little blurb too.
Love it.
The guy brought a box of books with him to read, and he'll take a book out. He reads like, I don't know, 20 pages, and he puts it back and then grabs a different book. And he's like reading like 30 books at a time, but a couple pages here and a couple pages here.
I get it. I'm guilty of it, because I'm going to tell you what, when I read a book, I fall asleep. Like, I cannot keep my eyes open. I get it. Trust me.
I would, if he wasn't the bluffless wonder, I would accuse him of bluffing the books that he was actually going to read them all.
I'm going to tell you, in my lifetime, I can probably count on 1.5 hands how many books I've read from cover to cover. Because
hopefully I'll have one for you coming out in the next year or so.
I love it. Can't wait.
Yeah, you should have been had one out.
Isaac, didn't you win the McAvoy
Yeah,
book?
McAvoy book. Yep.
I thought so.
Yep. Yep. Hell yeah, I did actually. And funny enough that made me go look back because I love watching the old WSOPs from different years. And yeah, I've actually visited that particular year, his year, and pretty interesting.
Well,
Pretty goddamn interesting.
Fats is going to talk to him about doing an interview with me.
That'll be epic. Hell yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That will be epic. Matter of fact, you should probably have him and Fats, so that way
Well,
go.
he's not going to. Fats is not going to let him come in my space without him. Come on, Isaac.
Sorry, but you can't interview him until after I'm back from Bet Bash. I can't be getting and doing it. You can't do it while I'm out of town.
No, I'm booked, so it is going to have to be. Yeah, it'll be a little bit out, a couple
Late
weeks,
August,
late August.
late
Yep,
August or early September.
it'll have to be later August or early September, exactly.
Awesome, awesome. So
Yeah,
book.
yeah. By the way, I just want you to know what your biggest challenge will be on that interview.
Him getting into the space and getting a Twitter account.
Getting him into the space.
Okay,
Because I think he likes to go on Twitter on his computer. He doesn't want to get because he's got a phone that's 300 years old
oh God.
and it barely has any memory to do anything on it, and he doesn't know how to do it. And I doubt he ever upgraded to a new phone. And this is from 4 years ago when he drove across country with me. So
Okay, so
all I can say is
here's your
good luck.
mission.
Good luck with that.
Here's your assignment, Fats. Since you're going to be with him in person, you're going to ask him to pull out his phone so you can see what it is, because he can't do it from his PC. It's got to be on his
Correct.
phone. So you're going to have him pull out his phone, see what it is. Pardon me. And then you're going to install Twitter on his phone and create an account for him if he doesn't have one.
Oh, he has a Twitter account.
Oh, he does. Okay. Okay.
Oh, he has a Twitter account. He can go on Twitter, but he just always does it on his computer, as far as I know, and not on his phone.
Okay, so it's your
Because
job. Your assignment is to ask him to see his phone. Because he could do it from another person's phone too. You know what I mean? Like a son or daughter, kid, brother, whatever.
Yeah, so good luck with that. But
I love it. It can't be worse. Well, I'm not going to call them out. I've had 2 guests in the past that were very IT challenged, and it took.
Well, how was Miami John? Was he okay with the?
He was challenged, but he's not one of the ones I'm talking about. He was challenged, but once he figured it out, then he came in all the time.
So yeah, I look forward to attending that interview for sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And hey, if we have to wait till December when I'm back in Vegas for the WPT so he could just sit with me on my phone, that'd be fine.
There you go. That might be your best option.
Well, just see what kind of phone he has first before we decide.
He's got a rotary phone.
He's got 2 cups and a string.
That's about the level he functions on.
Oh yeah, just talk. Just it's up to you to. I'm going to give you that assignment. See what kind of phone he has.
All right, I have to get a hold of him today anyway about dinner Monday.
Okay.
He doesn't know he's going to dinner Monday, so.
Well, he'll be delighted. Isaac, you better take that book with you so he'll autograph it.
Probably doesn't have it with him. It's probably in California.
Well,
No, I'll have it with me. Now that I know, I'll take it with me for sure.
Oh, that's right. You didn't leave yet. Okay.
I'm literally not leaving until like Saturday or Sunday at like 2-3 in the morning. So, yeah, I'll have it. Hell yeah.
Where's your tournament at, Isaac?
At Poker Go Studio.
Where's that, at Aria?
Yes.
Yeah, right in front of Aria.
Yeah, I won't. I'm only downtown when I'm out there.
Oh shit! I'm only downtown most of the time myself, so I'm probably gonna go out there with Reaper. I gotta confirm that with him, and then yeah, we'll pull up.
Where the hell's Reaper been?
Well, Reaper's been dealing with a whole lot because besides some things that aren't so cool, on the cool side, he's moving to California.
Right.
So he had to go back to Kentucky and start sorting out selling his house.
Ugh.
And then he had to go pick up his King Corso and drive him back.
Oh, shit.
So he's been doing that and dealing with that, and there's been a couple obstacles.
Aye.
But I believe he's already back out here. But I think he got sick, so he's dealing with that
God
right now.
bless him. Poor Reaper.
Yeah. So he's definitely gone through it for the last couple of weeks. He's been a little MIA, but I think he'll be settled in the next week.
I'm going to tell you what, Fats. When you meet Reaper, You're gonna love Reaper. To know Reaper is to love Reaper. He is
That's
Yeah.
what
so
they say
fun.
about me. That's what they say about me.
Well,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think it'll definitely be a fun union right there, for fucking sure. For fucking sure, yo.
Reaper, he is a character. Oh, I love him so much. I can't wait to meet his wife.
Yo, matter of fact, like man, he's been missing through a whole lot of shit, right? Obviously.
Yes.
So yeah, when I inform him of all that, yeah, he's gonna
Hey,
wish that.
Isaac, if you, I know you interacted a lot on the spaces with Ken. Have you ever actually met him or?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I've had a one-on-one coaching session with him. When we did the NFT Poker Championship, he came out and
Oh,
played.
that's right. You told me about that. That's right. I forgot. You
Yeah,
told me
yeah,
about
no,
that.
no. Ken is the businessman. And honestly, though, I have not done though, and what I've always wanted to do is I know Ken goes and plays like at Red Rock and plays cash and stuff like that. I've wanted to do that, and I have not had the chance to, and I definitely have not had the chance to catch a meal with him. So that would be fucking cool.
Yep, he's a lot of fun, Kenna.
Kenna, he's a character.
He sure as hell is,
He
yo.
is.
He
He's a
sure as hell is.
character. Very
Yeah, definitely.
insightful. He's very insightful.
I would say he's very attuned. Yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Hey, welcome, John Robertson. How are you?
Good, what's up? Just hanging out, listening to all the spaces stuff.
How many days do you have until you're back in jail? I mean, back to school.
Oh, I'm sitting in my desk right now, getting ready for meet the teacher night, and then kids come back on Friday.
Oh, our kids are already in. They already had a whole what they start. Let's see, today is Wednesday. So I think they
It's Wednesday.
started last Wednesday or Thursday. So they've already got a couple of days under their belt.
I don't
My
mind it. I like
my
having the structure.
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say
No.
my kids started this past Monday, and I've already had to make a trip up to the school
Yeah,
for
Oh
forgotten
my!
homework.
I don't have any more in the refrigerator.
Already forgotten homework.
Yep.
It's gonna be a long year, Karen.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, I got to run, but always a pleasure. Thanks for having me and chatting. Always a good chat.
Thanks for
Bye,
And
coming by,
Fats.
Fats.
I'll track the Bluffless Wonder down for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah, Fats. Talk to you
All
soon, bro.
right, you gotta put the Bluffless Wonder in your headline too when you do the
All
interview.
right. Remind me.
All right,
I'll do it.
okay, bye.
Bye, pal.
Damn, so all y'all kids are already back in school? Mine
Yeah.
don't go back until this coming Monday.
No, they start.
And
The teachers went back last Monday, so it was either 2 or 3 teachers' days. Then the kids came back last week.
wow.
We do our first day back on Friday, just because you're not gonna do a lot anyway. Like it's just a bunch of meet and greet activities, and then like Monday's the first day to actually start learning.
Right. Right. It depends on the school year. Like, when they're making the calendar. So they try to do that, what you're talking about, first real day on Monday, but you started on Friday. But if the calendar, doesn't fall right for Christmas break and blah, 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 then of course they do it differently. And this is one of those years.
Oh, we have to. This is the stupidest thing. We have to factor in when's the state fair, because we can't start before the state fair is over around here for some reason.
I love it. I love it. There's
I don't. I hate it. I'm like, no one cares about the state fair, and those that do are gonna go anyway. So just stop planning the entire school year around it.
John
Yo,
is salty.
that's kind of wild, right? Like, are they helping out in the state fair, or they're just hoping the kids aren't gonna play hooky or something? That's
I
crazy.
live in a agricultural community, right? So like there's a lot of farmer parents. God bless them. I love farmers. I don't want to sound like an asshole or like inconsiderate or whatever. Like I love them to pieces, and they actually raise good kids. So huge benefit there. But like they think that everybody and their mom wants to go to the state fair and look at cows or whatever they do at the state
Well,
fair.
and don't forget the kids are also showing cows and showing sheep and
But what percent is my thing? What
well,
percent of kids are showing?
in your community it may be more than we think. Now, even in my community it's high, but um, it's probably more than we think.
I'd say 15%.
Fair enough.
There you go. That's my what grinds my gears today.
Oh,
Yeah, our county fairs are nowhere near that kind of impact. The only thing about the county fairs is all the fights that break out.
yeah, no. Our people are actually sewing quilts to put into a judging thing, and if they win, they get like $25. I mean,
Holy shit!
and they're canning fruits and vegetables, and if they get a blue ribbon, they may get a $5 prize. I mean,
Oh man, listen,
no,
listen. You're
this
gonna
is
clown
big
on
time.
how we do.
No, this is
Yeah,
big time. They're bought in, and like he said, it's part of the farming community, and it is big for them because that's their livelihood. Like they're testing these things out or doing these things as part of their way of life.
yeah. That is nowhere near how shit is out here. Like out
Yeah,
here, it's literally like fried food fest, right?
right.
Like you're going for the cheap beer, and you're going because somebody figured out how to fry a fucking cheesecake, and I want to know what the fuck that tastes like, yo.
I still haven't tried a fried Oreo. I might go to the fair this year just so I
Fried
could try
Oreo's
fried
good,
Oreo.
Sherry.
I
It's
know.
really good,
I
Sherry.
want to try it.
Last
Yeah.
year at the state fair, they had fried butter, and I'm not even kidding. It was a
Ugh.
stick of butter that
Yo,
had it been
I've
fried.
seen that, John. John, I've seen that.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. That's
Didn't you? Do you,
gross.
do you guys remember the casino that was downtown Vegas called Mermaids? Do you guys remember Mermaids?
No.
I do. Hell yeah, that had all the
No.
mermaids putting the
Yeah.
beads on you. Yep.
Yeah. But Mermaids was great because you walked in there and the place smelled like a deep fryer because they would fry. They had this bar of like fried anything, and they were like, "Bring whatever, we'll fry it." It was anytime my wife turns on the deep fryer in the kitchen, I go, "Man, it smells like mermaids in here."
Oh, I bet we have a mermaid expert coming up on the panel now. What's up, Sean McCormick?
I don't know if John explained it. I'm sure he did, but all I heard was mermaids, and all I could think of was deep fried Oreos. So that instantly will make me come
That's
to
what
the
we were
speakers.
talking about. We
That
were
was
talking about fried stuff at Mermaids.
Man, mermaids was like all downtown has changed, man. Like it's so different down there. The Glitter
Big
Gulch is
facts.
gone too, right next door. It's a sad time for Fremont. It's just actually I shouldn't say that. Fremont looks great. It's making a lot of money and a lot of people are going. So the changes they're making have been great. Obviously, Circa and all that. Circa is where mermaids used to be, but man, fried Twinkies, fried Oreos, 2 a.m. at night after a bender of playing 1-2 no limit at Binion's Horseshoe.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
the dream.
In the big fat whalebone slushies. They had a big fat slushy machine too.
Oh my God,
I
I'm
love
so mad
I
I
love
missed all
mermaids.
this.
Oh dude. Like I love Circa. Don't get me wrong. Their sports book is the pinnacle of sports books, but mermaids, I miss it. I miss mermaids.
Yeah, mermaids was lit. Honestly, that's a whole other era. And y'all are so right. It's like you walk in there, you buy some fried stuff, you get some beads from the mermaids, and you just stumble around everything else. One thing I've tripped out on though about Fremont now is how like certain parts it's like one big slushy wall. Like yo, you can get those slushy drinks anywhere now. And man, the drinks outside of the casinos in Fremont are so heavily poured though. I will never forget this last year. Reaper got a margarita, right? They literally just emptied a tequila
Oh,
bottle and then they hit it with like a can of soda
oh,
and put a little fucking umbrella in it and we're like, here.
that sounds
Like,
horrible. I, I don't like a
yeah.
heavy
That,
pour. I'd rather drink six of them at normal pour than one at a gigantic pour. It just, ugh, it's gross.
yeah, when it comes to stuff like that for me, I can't. I like old fashions if I'm gonna drink like
Yeah.
that. But besides that, you know me, I like pina coladas. So we gonna drink pina coladas wherever you can drink them, and that's why those slushy walls, fucking amazing.
Oh, I love it. Sean McCormick, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, fun fact:
Yes.
Nevada is one of the few states in America where we have laws on the books where you can't sue a bartender for overserving. But I agree, don't overserve people. Drink responsibly.
Well, I think it ruins the drink. Like it's too much alcohol taste for me. If I just wanted to taste alcohol, just give me a shot of something. But if I'm ordering a margarita or a pina colada or whatever, I want to taste the drink, like not the
It,
alcohol.
in the words of Brad Pitt from Ocean's 11, I'll take a whiskey and a whiskey.
Right, exactly. Exactly. You got it.
Hell to the yeah. Like I second that.
I mean, if I want to drink straight alcohol, just give me a shot.
Yeah, true. I mean, for most part, but nothing beats a well done old fashioned, in my opinion.
Right,
It that is like top of the
right.
tops.
So when you're ordering it, you're not ordering it because you want to taste, an overpour of liquor. You're ordering it because it's an old fashioned.
Hell yeah. And I'll tell you what I really don't want. I really don't want when you give me horrible whiskey, orange juice, and Marciano cherry fucking water and you call that shit an old fashioned. That's, that's been done to me. It's been done to me.
All right, let's play a fun game then. You have one alcoholic drink you can have for the rest of your life. Only one. Let's start with Isaac. What are you drinking, buddy?
Ooh.
Old fashioned, bro. Hands down.
Mm.
Although, if you would have caught me 10 years ago, I'd have told you a white Russian. But until my dumbass decided one night to drink white Russians and Patron shots in between, that ended. That ended quite
It
brutally,
sounds like a
actually.
dead Russian.
Oh, I was. I was.
Sounds like a dead Russian. What's your drink of choice, Sean, if for the rest of your life?
So I kind of gave up drinking, but which is boo, not fun. But no, I'm kidding. But man, if I had one drink for the rest of my life, or if I was somewhere and I could only sip one drink, it would probably be a glass of 1942 neat. Like that would be the only thing I would need.
Okay, fair enough. How about you, John Robertson?
Malibu and pineapple.
Malibu and pineapple. Okay. Malibu's like coconutty, right?
Yeah, it's coconut rum and pineapple
Okay.
juice.
I don't do either of those, but if you like it, God bless you. Karen, how about you?
Stella.
Stella. Fair enough. I see Matt has joined us. How about you, Matt? What would you be drinking the rest of your life if you had one drink to drink?
Oh, hey Sherry, and to everybody. Hope you're keeping well over across the pond. First of all,
Hey, Matt. Doing well, thanks.
uh, good, good. Drink wise, that's a good question. Now, when I got my first supermarket role, we had a Bucks Fizz, so I think Bucks Fizz would do for me. So, like, champagne and orange juice.
Okay, a
That'd be
mimosa.
mine. Hmm. Although saying that, have you seen? I don't know how the prices are over at your side, but over here they're getting a little bit expensive. So, for example, when I was in the supermarket trade, we used to sell things like Jack Daniels, the WKDs and all that sort of
Oh,
thing. They used to cost between £30 to £40. Our money. It's ridiculous. I don't know about your side. Is your side price wise? Does it vary normally?
I'm going to tell you, I haven't been in a liquor store since I went on a cruise about 7 years ago. And we bought I think between four people, we bought, probably 30 bottles of liquor, most of which are still under my sink in my kitchen. 'Cause, my daughter was getting married, so we were buying stuff for the wedding showers, the rehearsal, and the wedding itself. And then we ended up hiring a bartendering service that came with all the liquors. So yeah, here we are. So I don't know if anybody else has been to any liquor stores lately. You can talk about the price of liquor currently here in the States. Anybody?
I kind of could. My buddies run an after hours, so they're always buying. But see, out here, somebody finds somebody who supply usually.
Wait, you cut out somebody. Find somebody what, honey?
Yeah, I said somebody finds somebody who works at a liquor supply
Gotcha.
out here. So we're always trying to find that. But there is, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's not Bevmo. There's another one out here. Oh, Total Wine and More
Oh, very
or
good
something like
prices.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, they're pretty damn cheap, I gotta say. And then these days, nothing is cheap. right? So yeah,
I'm going to
they're
tell you,
pretty good.
if you want a good, cheap wine, Total Wine has, and let me tell you how much I love this wine. And I might have to have a glass of it today because I haven't had one in years, and I have probably 6 bottles of it in my case. But anyway, um, a friend of mine, when we were in Texas, a friend of mine served it to me, and it is low hanging fruit, sweet red wine. And you can get their big bottle. It's like $12 for their big bottle. And it is the best sweet red wine. And it's not overly sweet, it's delicious. Anybody I've let try it always goes to buy it. And it was only in Texas at the time, was like the closest east, coming east that you could find it. So when I would drive to Texas, I would bring a case of it home because I couldn't get it here. And then Total Wine started carrying it, and Total Wine came to Georgia. So now I can buy it here in Georgia. But low hanging fruit, people, I highly recommend it. Sweet red wine, tip of the day.
You have Costco in Georgia?
Yes.
I'm kind of a Costco slut. Um, Costco has pretty good alcohol, actually. I was trying to say 1942. I usually get my bottles in 1942 at Costco.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know for folks that are looking for that kind of thing. I'm not a big drinker. I did all that when I was younger. Um, when I became a mom, I, kind of did away with my vices, so to speak, smoking, drinking, whatever. Um, and I drink from time to time, but I did all that shit. My husband worked with bands and bars, and we did all that shit. So anyway, but I do like that red wine. I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, I hear you. I went completely like vegetarian, and for me it's mostly just cannabis.
Oh,
Isaac, you high? No.
never.
Never, sir, never.
He's the most mellow guy that hangs out with us at the poker table. Isaac. That is Isaac.
Sherry, I'll never put my nose up to a $12 bottle of wine. I'll tell you that. Because the thing people waste more money on just to say they did is wine and shoes and have no clue what they're wearing or drinking.
This is true. This is true. I put more money into handbags. I have to say that is a bad vice. I've definitely spent ridiculous money on handbags.
I feel that on the shoe thing because I'm a Nike SB fucking fiend, and I have just an unreasonable amount of sneakers in my closet that I will never wear. And then I try to lie to myself, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell these on StockX, but yeah, there's still like a whole closet full of shoes of mine.
Have I
Okay.
introduced you to John Robertson?
Yo, I'm already knowing. And then you bring Ryan into the mix, right? And it's like, oh, thanks. I needed a new crack dealer. I don't have enough of them out here,
Or
you know?
my
I just sent you a picture via DM. That's just my boxed up sneakers. That doesn't include all my running sneakers and my casual
Let's
sneakers.
fucking go, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, my daughter's got that addiction, but it helps to work at a school that's sponsored by Nike and you have a Nike account, right? So,
I just took my
Rich
daughter to
bitch.
go get her. I just took her to get cross country shoes yesterday, and she picked Hoka's, and I wanted to puke. I was like, "Ugh, those are the ugliest, nastiest things I've ever seen." But if that's what you want,
don't be so judgmental. She's trying to be her own person.
Yo, that's funny.
hey, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys
Bye,
Have a
later.
good
John.
one, man. Have a good one. Yo, it's funny that he mentions Hokas because I do like this experiential marketing stuff in the real world. And we just did an activation for fucking Hoka in Chicago. Now, what sucked about that, right, is we didn't know it was during Lala Puckin Palooza. So we get to
Oh,
Chicago, right? Try to get a room in Chicago during Lollapalooza.
yeah, good luck.
Yeah, yeah. We ended up at one of these old downtown hotels. And, the crew is about two, three guys that look like me. And they try to put us in this goddamn room with like one freaking single bed and a couch. Like, nah, nah.
That's not happening.
Hell to the no. Hell to the no. But yeah, yeah, crazy. We all got pairs of Hokas from that. So I've never had a pair of Hokas. They look kind of funky. Um,
I don't even.
and I feel like if I put them on, I'm gonna start wearing a fanny pack or
I
some
don't
shit
even
in the
know if
front.
I know
I don't
what
know.
they look
So
like. I don't even know what a hoka is. I don't think.
they came out, I don't know, a couple years ago, and what they are is somewhere of a cross between New Balance and Skechers.
Oh,
They make the super, super, super like comfortable
okay,
shoes, right? But they're also like funky colored.
okay, all
A lot of
right.
them.
Yo,
Yeah,
Isaac, we should get a group
yeah.
together and go to Sneaker Con in Las Vegas next year. I'm kind of mad I didn't go this year.
Yo, I've been wanting to do that. I'm so with
Yeah, I
that.
had
I'm
I had
so
the
with
day
that.
planned out and something came up and I couldn't go, and then I have to watch this Phil Ivey making all this content at SneakerCon. I was so
Yeah,
mad. I was like, I was supposed to be there. Granted, I'm not gonna.
I saw
Did you
that
see the
same
coin flip
shit.
he did with that dude? That shit was
Yes.
that was
Yup.
great. That was great. I love that. And then the dude's like, "Did you really think Phil Ivey was gonna lose? He's Phil Ivey," and it was just so funny.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. I caught that. That was super dope to see
Well,
Ivy at the
Ryan
fucking
Koss
sneaker
would
thing,
go
man.
with
I was
you
like,
guys,
wow.
and so would John Robertson. So there's the foursome.
Man, you want to talk about a crazy one right there. That sounds like stories
Uh,
will come
If
from that.
if if Phil
Most
Ivey's
definitely.
flipping coins with you, somehow there's a dimple on the coin and it's coming up 51 times his side.
just make sure that the pattern
No,
lines up. That's all I'm going to say.
It was like betting Jordan with Jordan used to bet everybody flipping coins against walls. I was like, that's a bad bet, man. You don't want to bet Jordan against anything.
oh man, that was like the number one game I used to play when I used to work in courthouses. We would be across the street waiting for documents to get to us, and there was a little thing right there of concrete that had a little bank.
People
Quarters were being
people
thrown at
always just
that wall
people
all
always just talk
day.
about rolling dice. I'm like, come on, man. We threw quarters. You always had quarters in your pocket, and then somehow a
Straight
quarter
up.
turned into $100 somehow every time.
Absolutely. Yo, like especially like on payday, people are like, "Oh yeah, $100 on this one." Oh no, no, no. I'm going back inside the courthouse.
We were-
See, Isaac, I know you've been around for a long time, so I'll tell you this mini story real quick. A couple weeks back, now someone had proposed this like new idea for like this poker game, and like it got all the way up high. Like it got up high, pretty high in my company. Someone brought me in and was like, "Hey, we want to know like, is this a good game?" And not even understanding what it takes to like build a poker game, and you can't really, you can't put an IP on it or anything like that. It's poker. You can't. Someone can't come along and say I own Texas Hold'em, but it was just funny describing this game, and like he got to the end of the description of the game and I said, he's like, is this a viable game? Will people play it in poker rooms? I said, well, I mean, you've basically just given me the rules for Tonk. I mean, you've basically just given me a prison game. Sure, we can spread it, but I don't recommend it. And he's like, what are you talking? I was like, this is legit a prison game. Like, who did you get this from? Whoever you got this from spent 5 to 7 upstate. That's all I'm telling you.
That's hilarious.
Yo. Tom?
Some of the best stories I have are people bringing me, crazy brained ideas of, I got the next best thing for poker. And I'm like, no, you don't.
That is wild because I've actually recently played that with some people and they happen to have just come out from a very long vacation themselves. So I can't believe someone tried to propose that. I'm trying to see somebody coming at you with the PowerPoint, right?
I was
Like
like, does the game come with a bottle of Old E or a 40 of something else? Like, what are we talking about here?
a case of cigarettes, you know what I mean? Like
Some
that's
menthol,
what's up.
some Newport menthols or some parliaments or something like that.
Did you just say they just got back from vacation?
Oh yeah, it's either we call it two things out here. Either it's an extended vacation or studying abroad is another way. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. We're
Too
all
fun.
we all float down here. We all float.
Too funny, dude.
But yo, Sean, Fats was mentioning something you guys got coming. Monday or something like that. Some
I
kind
mean,
of
we don't
dinner.
talk about things on public spaces, buddy. We don't talk about, you don't talk about where my location ever will be. Aren't you understand? I'm protected, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's putting something together.
Yeah.
He's putting something together.
Well, I
I'll,
was going to say you should have given Fats the memo because he talked about it for about an hour, just not the
Yeah.
location.
That's what I was like, yo.
No location given, no
when
coordinates
I,
given.
when I, when I see Fats, I'll pick something up off the ground. And I'll be like, here you go. It's my name that you dropped.
Right?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isaac, I think you were trying to tell him that you're going to try to make that dinner.
Oh, I definitely am. I definitely am. And funny enough is I'm probably gonna get executed because that's the kid's first day of school. But I'll be like, hey, it's poker, and just put my hands up.
Look,
Isaac, are you in town? I thought you were LA based.
I am, but I'm always going
Oh,
back.
okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the rare. There's the rare Evo game at Poker Go on Sunday, so
Oh, nice.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
so I'm gonna pull up for that, and then after that, South Point usually calls me. A couple places usually call me to go play a daily,
Poker
so I'll probably be
Palace.
Poker Palace. I gotta touch that because they're closing. You're so right. Thank you,
You're
Sherry.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yo, Sean. Okay, I know you're MGM and all that. Now, have you ever been to Poker Palace and played?
My dude, come on. I know the owner of Poker Palace. He used to play 40-80 at Bellagio every single day. He didn't play at the Poker Palace, he played at Bellagio. Yeah, of course. I've known them forever. So yeah, I've done my fair share of $25 tournaments at the Poker Palace.
Let's go. Hell yeah. That's fucking dope.
When do they close? It's
October
getting close.
1st.
October for I might have to get a bunch of people together. Maybe I'll put out a big tweet and we'll do like a big just meetup of anybody who wants to just show
Do
up at
it.
the Poker Palace.
Do it.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Say the word.
Play nickel slots or something. I don't know what to do, but
Do it. I've been trying to get there my last 2 trips and it hasn't worked either time and now they're closing. I'm like, really right now?
well, they say if you've made it to the Silver Nugget, you've gone too far. Unfortunately, the Palace is even further.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Go ahead, Matt. Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, hi, Sherry. I just didn't want to interrupt that brilliant conversation. That was just making me giggle. That was absolutely fantastic. For the record, I don't drink or smoke, and I've not been drinking or smoking for over 10. No, well, I never smoked, but on the drinking side, I've never done it for over 10 years now.
Good for you, Matt.
Because because I've been working a lot in the retail trade, I've seen what happens to people, and we've had some unsavouries, and it's just a complete put off. So it just makes more sense not to
Hey, if that's
not to
what you
go
want to
there.
do, I'm happy for you.
Hey, thank you. Oh, Sherry, on the other side of that as well, I just wanted to say thank you for the lovely surprise that you gave me regarding those wonderful books as well. I'll
Oh.
I'll let you know if there's any issues.
Yes, please do. I'm so excited. What Matt's talking about, he was one of our winners of Joey's first 4 books of his series, Poker Gods. And I'm really happy that we had a giveaway that included shipping overseas or outside of the US borders, because typically we don't, just because of the costs involved. And Joey was like, nope, I'll ship them anywhere. And so Matt is a winner of those 4 books. So I'd imagine probably maybe another week or 2 before you get a Matt. But I was so happy when your name was came up on that spinning wheel.
So was I. I was just I was really surprised. I thought, what the heck? Because I was doing a little bit of work for one of my mates, and when I saw a message, I was like, hang on a minute, who's messaging me? Then when I saw it was yourself, I thought, oh, God bless America and God bless Sherry.
Oh, thank you. I was excited for you because you do listen often, and Yeah, and it was nice that we were shipping overseas for a change, and that you won one of the giveaways. So, and Joey was so gracious to give me 3 sets of those 4 books to give away. Um, Valerie, who's down there in the goose, she won a set, and you won a set, and somebody I don't know. Oh, it was um, wasn't it Solrak won the 3rd set? Or am I making that up?
Solrak, if that was you, throw up an
Wait,
emoji.
I can look it up in the DMs. I'm sorry. You guys know I'm horrible with names.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm crazy because I am crazy, but I thought I saw Valerie and possibly another female
Wait, let
name.
me look. I'm looking it up because this is going to drive me crazy if I get it wrong. Let's see. It was Matt. Let's see who the next person is. Jamie Winfred. Oh, you know who that is? Now that I said their name, I'm not going to say their screen name because they may not want the two connected. Um, but anyway, I know who it is. I'm just going to stop right there.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yes,
Point being, though, everybody got blessed. I mean, that was super cool, Joey, to like give out full
it
sets.
was
You
awesome.
know, and like he said, the fact that he does fulfillment through Amazon, yeah, he can get it anywhere in the world.
Right. And which is so cool, right? So, Sorak, how are you? Welcome.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Thank you for having me.
Doing good, thanks. You've been on
Uh,
a roll, winning.
y- yeah, we're trying. We're trying. I gotta try to keep up with Asimov because he's pain in my butt on the damn felt.
Likewise, my
But
friend. Likewise, my friend.
but that's the only way. What do they say? Metal sharpens metal, right? Something like that. So we
Yep,
just keep
iron
on
sharpens
pushing.
iron for
Yeah,
sure.
iron sharpens iron. There
I
you go.
love that.
So just loving the community. Just love everything you do for us, Sherry, just for the poker world, like I said in my tweet the other day. And I just appreciate everybody that's up here doing what they're doing for just not even just the poker world, but for Web3 and this whole thing that we're trying to push forward. So just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate all of y'all and much love to everybody out there as well.
Well, thank you for those kind words. I appreciate you and your support for sure.
Thank you, Sherry.
You bet.
You know, it's funny. He's like iron sharpens iron, but I'm over here like in Dune. May your blade chip and shatter. You know, real shit. Yeah.
He's watching Game of Thrones again, people. So we're probably going to get a lot of that stuff again.
Oh man, I haven't even started to go into that, but it's gonna happen. I'm in season 4 right now, so I'm probably a couple episodes away from starting to lose it. As is, I be humming the theme song to this shit to myself or to the kids in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
so,
love
yeah,
it. Go ahead,
yeah.
Sean. Speak up, friend.
I know I don't have to raise my hand, but I'm not uncouth like that Isaac over there. I'm kidding, buddy. Question for the panel. Since I'm surrounded by not only poker players, but people that are around poker socials more than I could even want to. Question from this summer, WSOP, Las Vegas, summer poker camp. Do you think the concerns about dealers and staff are higher, the same, or lower this year? As a whole, do you think, as our industry, from my side of the table, do you think we're doing enough, or do we need to do more with dealers and staff?
Okay. I'm just going to say that I think the dealers and the staff and every location I was at were doing great. I think it is unfair to really judge them as if they were in a local room dealing for you on a daily, weekly, monthly basis versus some of them coming into Vegas for the first time to deal the WSOP and all the nerves that come with that as a first time dealer at the WSOP, let alone the new dealers. And for me, it's about how are we going to get seasoned dealers unless we support them when they're new dealers. And I know that the operators do training, they do testing before they hire some people. to test their skills. And so, yeah, we're going to have bad experiences with some dealers. It's just the sheer volume of it and the sheer task of it that you're not going to have 100% great dealers. It's just not, it's never going to be that. But I think we as players need to do our part as well and be patient and understanding. If it's such an egregious, situation at the table, get help. Um, I've spoken, no, it wasn't this year, but it was a few years ago. I was at the Golden Nugget and there was a female player in the ladies' event just riding the dealer. She was in seat one and she was in the dealer's ear. And finally, the dealer had had enough and blew up. And quite honestly, I thought the dealer was going to lose her job because then the lady in seat one went to management to report her that she blew up, leaving out, of course, the side of the story that she was a fucking bitch to that dealer for an hour straight and the dealer had just had enough. Well, in that case, yeah, I'm going to stand up for that dealer and what's right. And that's what we have to do. If the dealer's wrong, yeah, we got to take care of that. But if the dealer's right, we got to stand up for them as well. But we also have to stand up for them when they're trying their hardest to do well. And sometimes there's just days that it's not happening for them. And guess what? We better be more patient on those days and less judgmental. So I'm going to shut up and let somebody else go on. Go ahead, Isaac.
I'm gonna say that this year was chill. I had the pleasure of running into nothing but pretty dope dealers. Like you had mentioned the Golden Nugget Cherry when we went and played over there. I had like two dealers, and they had just come from shifts over at the WSOP. I could tell that they've been dealing. They were awesome, right? Westgate had good dealers. South Point always has good dealers. I
Of
think
course, Bellagio for
really
our meetup game. Fantastic.
well the meetup game, yeah, but the meet. You see, this is the thing. I can never question that because to begin with, it's coming out of Bobby's room and everything. I know everyone's solid. I think the real question ends up becoming, like the series, because the series is where, like you said, they're bringing people from out of town to deal with the volume. Like, yo, the dailies at the WSOP, I've always been a huge fan of. This year I didn't get to play them, but Binky played, a couple
I
other
did.
people I know played, so I went to go visit, and man, playing in that other room, that room is scary to me. But I like it when they play in Horseshoe over at the room next to the TV
Yeah.
tables, right? For the
Yeah.
dailies. I will say that. I felt like that room right there, I'm sure they're gonna work it out more by next season. But yeah, not something I would have wanted to have been in because first the roof is lower in that room. So
It's
when you
sort of like
got
a cattle stall. Like they're just
yo,
jamming everybody in that room to get the job done, and it lacks luster and it doesn't have a great vibe. I get why they're
yeah,
doing it. The space, they can get a lot of people in that room very efficiently, but it definitely is not a player's experience in that room. And I'm going to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
to answer Sean's question, which I don't think I did, I think there was less problems. I saw less problems with dealers at this summer.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. And like I said, it's just because I had the luck of the draw that I was getting nothing but great dealers. But I played MGM for the first time, and MGM was dope. I tried to play Mandalay, but I didn't make it out there. Exec Deck was going to go to that, and I didn't get to go with them. But yeah, I think this was one of the better years I've had in terms of that. But
I
like I
can
said,
hold on. I'm going to cut it. I'm just laughing in the background here because I'm thinking that you said you had luck of the draw with the dealers, and I can see the hashtag for next year: dealer variance is real or something like that. No,
yo,
this is awesome. So, like, if you guys were to boil it down to one, two, or even three, and you don't need to give me something now. You can DM me or something like that. Just kind of like generally thinking because summer 26 starts the day we end it. So we're already preparing for next year. We already need to start thinking of these things. And I agree with you. The dealers are going to get better. Year in and year out, they're just going to get better. Obviously, when you look at WSOP, and I don't want to like talk on my competitor's business too much, but dealers are going to stand out more there just on a volume standpoint. We all have to bring dealers in. We all have their just the sheer number they have to bring in is when you hear WSOP or horseshoe the seventh time and you've only heard it once for somebody else, it seems like it's more, but it actually might not be that bad. You know what I mean? It's just you have tens of thousands more players playing over there than anywhere else. But is there any one, two, or even three specific things? Like, is it the dealer's pitch? Is it confidence? Is it not knowing mix games? Is it not taking the chips in right? Is it not listening to the players? Is it being, like something I always try to work with the dealers on is don't take things personally. This isn't, if someone say, "Hey, you did that wrong," like, yeah, that feels like a personal attack. And if it becomes a personal attack, please let the floor know. But, a lot of times in these spots, just try not to take them personally. Obviously, when they're snowballing it over and over again, it's hard not to. And there should have been, like Sherry, with the example you were giving, no dealer should be berated for 30 seconds, never mind an hour. I
It
don't care
was
what
horrible.
job you're doing anywhere. Yeah, someone should have spoke up. And honestly, at some point, the dealer should have spoke up. And yeah, it's hard in that position. And as someone that was a former dealer myself, dealing is one of the hardest. There's no job imaginable, and I'm not saying it's the toughest job in the world. By far, I'm not saying that. Thank you, coal miners and people that do real hard manual labor. But being a dealer is hard for one reason that people never highlight, and I always like to highlight is. If you yell at your bartender, if you yell at your customer service person, if you yell at anybody else, guess what they can do? They can walk away. A dealer can't. So you just can't abuse someone who literally is forced to sit in the. No, when have you ever, anybody in here playing poker, all the years of experience, how many times in your career have you seen a dealer just say, "Fuck it, I'm getting up and walking away"? I bet you it's almost happened zero because I've only seen it happen once, and it wasn't at one of my rooms, thankfully. And the dealer was right. It was a table beside me, and I was like, "What's going on over there?" And sure enough, I come to find out the dealer was being harassed to the point where the dealer said, "Fine, you guys deal the game," and walked away. But literally, dealers are in a spot that's very unique where they can't just walk away. They should call the floor and have the floor pull the person away. But
Right. And I did,
let's
I'm just going to interrupt you for a minute. When I talked to the floor, I said to him, "Look, your dealer is young and she really didn't know what to do because it kept escalating. Like I felt like she thought it was going to stop, and then a few minutes later, the lady would say something else to her, whisper in her ear, and until the young lady just said, 'Shut the fuck up' or something, using a cuss word. And I said, 'Look, your dealer was completely wrong for cussing at the customer, but it goes back before that she should have called for help.' And that to me was just she was young and really just maybe even a little panicked about I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do kind of thing. But I'd like to think I helped save that young lady's job because I told the TD the player was 1,000% wrong with what she did, what she was saying, what she was complaining about was not the dealer's fault. She played a hand wrong and she took it out on the dealer. And lo and behold, that night, that same lady went over to the warm up event uh, at the WSOP and it was still at the Aria, at the Rio. I mean, I believe, yeah, I think it was still at the Rio, and she ended up like throwing furniture at the final table of that warm up event or something. So it definitely was that player, not the dealer. But anyway, and she's been known to be a hothead and just a fucking bitch at the table. And honestly, I just couldn't sit there and do nothing. No, no way. Um,
And I know players will tell you, don't get involved in those spots, but that's like the dumbest thing ever. If you see someone being abused at their job, I don't care what
exactly.
it is, you should tell management. And players need to understand that players are creating their own systemic problem. And this would be me, like I'm really branching out here, but like think about it. If every time you berate a new dealer, that person leaves poker, you only open the seat to another new dealer who has to learn
100%.
from day one
Mhm.
over again. So, you might have saved a good dealer. So thank you for that, Sherry. We don't realize that enough. Like we're finally as poker players and poker industry being like, no, it is not just your ability to call the clock. It is your responsibility if someone is stealing time from everybody. The same thing could be said. It's not your job to just look the other way if a dealer's being harassed. No, it's all of our jobs in any industry because, again, we're all playing the same game. We're all trying to have the same results. Yes, it's a zero sum game against your opponents. The dealers are there to assist you. And trust me, if you're a nice person, usually the dealers want you to win a little bit more. We don't say it or we try not to, but at the end of the day, we all have to work together, especially in poker. So, and the reason why I was asking this, and I know I'm getting a little long winded, I got to go here in a second, but I really do want to make the game better every year in and year out. And I've been bluffing about one day creating a video series, which is what I think either WSOP should do. Somebody should do this. And I know it costs money and resources and time, but really, we should get some really good dealers together, some really good staff together, and create how to videos on how to deal draw games, how to take the rake in, how to things we have to literally bring them in every year. What if we could arm them with something? And it has to be generic. So maybe it can't come from WSOP, maybe it can't come from MGM Resorts, because then in theory, if we put a video out there, maybe it's like where, if you watch the video, are you working for it? I don't know. There's probably dumb laws out there, but I could do it myself. I can stand alone, do it myself with some really good people and create like how-to videos on some of the most simple things that players often say, hey, highlight this. You guys are not getting this right every year. And I'm willing to say that. We need the constructive criticism, not just the, hey, you guys did a good job because you got more players this year. That's not how it grows the game. This is part of it too, getting it right year in and year out for you guys, our guests. You're not just people we work with, you're people we work for. And I think more people in poker need to realize that, and we'll just make the game better. But this is why I ask these things in open forums like this. You guys aren't the only ones I ask. I want to know, is the pitch better this year? Because I'll tell you, it's better than it was 20 years ago when I used to see dealers pitching cards and stuff like that. It's, the understanding of the games and the nuances of each draw game and mix game and PLO game and knowing the pot and all that stuff. Are we hitting the mark on that? Or is there somewhere else we should be focusing? So all this information really does help. So I appreciate it.
Well, and I'm just going
Uh,
to say, I'll give you a second and just give me a minute. For those in the goo that are listening, just if you have a suggestion or a thought about that, just DM Sean or come up here and let him know. Go ahead, Isaac.
what I was gonna say is, okay, the pitch. I will say that it varies, right? But I would say that this was the better year out of the last three for me. Um, Knowing the games, I didn't play enough mixed games to weigh in on that. But I will say that what I have seen, when I have seen people struggle, it's usually like, calculating side pots and things like that. That's what I've seen people struggle with sometimes when they're new dealers. And that's, I mean, if you're not in the mix of it consistently yet, that's going to be obvious, right? But I've seen improvement for sure. Pitch wise, I saw a lot of people complaining about that this year, like especially like in streams and stuff like that. But me personally, I didn't really see that, so I would say that it's an improvement. And yo, Sean, if you're really trying to do that video series, I got a few videographers in my back pocket and some things like that. I would love to help do that. So we'll
It'd
we'll
be really
talk.
cool. And I
Yeah.
think it could be educational for both sides, not just for staff and dealers, but also for players. There are things we do in poker, and I've been screaming about this forever, but something came up this year and it was so funny. I can't remember what it was because there's a million problems over the summer. But I remember something came up and players were basically putting their hands. Oh, God. It was, oh my God. In the master, that hand. I don't remember exactly what happened, but like basically him pulling his chips back and moving things, and like that shit happens all the time in poker where players, once you put your money in the pot, that's not your money, guys. You shouldn't be touching those chips. You shouldn't be creating side pots. And this is usually a cash game thing, but it does happen in tournaments too. It really does. And like, you can tell the dealer what to do, but if the dealer says, hey, I'm pulling all the pots in, you have no rights to say no. You have no rights to say, we're not changing chips. I think we'll cover that. You have no rights to say, we can't color you up or color you down. Those aren't yours. Those are ours. And I know that sounds really hardline, but think about what we do in poker as players. Imagine going to the pit and just be like, nah, this is my rule. Like, I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna make my own change in dice, or I'm gonna move my chips in ways that look like I'm past posting, but everybody's just supposed to ignore it. Like, you would get thrown out of every casino in the world. But in poker, because we kind of softball it, like it's your money and it's your game and stuff like that, I think we've gone too far one way. And that's where dealers lose consistency because we're not being consistent as players. We're not holding you to a consistent rule base. Like what happens in one game might not happen in another. And yeah, there's going to be asterisks always for that. I'm not going to.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not going to tell
go-
what to do in Bobby's room when they're like running it 5 times and telling like that's still going to happen in those games. But like for the average 99% of games we're in, we as players have to understand we're probably too involved in most of these games.
well, I'm just going to say to you that a couple of things that now stand out, that I would like to see become more consistent. Maybe is making sure those blinds are past the line, so to speak. Because a lot of players, and these are your little anglers, want to keep that, that big blind right in front of them that maybe they can snatch it back up and put it back in their stack, which, of course, I have actually caught somebody doing at a table before. So, the blinds being pushed out a little bit further, maybe, would be one thing. And definitely getting the pots right um, bef- before the next card is dealt. I did see that a couple of times in big hands, and the dealer was nervous, and you could tell they were like, "Should I take and drag it in, or shouldn't I?" Or, "Oh, we'll just wait until we see what happens." Well, that's not very comforting, even though I'm in the hand or not. It's not comforting for me to hear that from a dealer. Like, um, I'd rather you just make the pots right before there is a problem, or you forget who did what, or did you drag it in for this or not, or I would just say get the pots right before the next card is dealt, and make sure those blinds are past the line, so to speak.
I will take note of that. That's something we're big on um, at our properties. And one way you definitely, fix that issue. Yes, if there's a line in play, whether it's a betting line or an action line, the money should be in front of it. But dealers should be reminding players, not just reminding, forcing players. Your blinds have to be out before the cards are pitched. Period.
Right.
Period. Hard
Right.
stop. Period. These people that say, oh, dealer, just start dealing. I'm getting my blind. No, no. I don't care if it's cash. I don't care if it's tournament side. Your blinds need to be out. Could you imagine a dealer pitching you a card in blackjack before you put your whole bet out there? No, no, no. It's the honor system dealer. Oh, 100%. I'm not going to look at the ace first and then post what I. It just doesn't make sense anywhere in the casino but in poker.
Right.
So I think,
Right.
and that's on us. That's on us, the operators. Yes, that leaks over into player culture. Like something I see a lot in cash games now is one player will go on, the other player calls, and they just happen to be in the 5 and 6 seat. And the 5 seat does have the player covered, but it doesn't matter whether it's by a massive amount or not. The player in the 5 seat wins, and he just reaches over the 6 seat and grabs the chips. Like that should never. And I'm looking at you, Isaac, and you LA players because that's a big LA thing, and I know it's not you, but that's a big ass LA thing. I had someone reach over when I lost the pot in LA, and I almost took him outside. Like literally, I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like those
What
aren't
do we
yours
do?
yet.
Don't touch someone else's
Those
chips.
aren't yours yet. Yes, I lost the pot, but literally let me push the pot to Bobby. Bobby make fun of me for playing 3-5 offsuit, and then Bobby can push you the chips. Hi, Bobby. How you doing, buddy? Happy birthday, Bobby. I know it's belated by a day, but happy birthday. I do have to take off. You crazy kids have fun. It was nice meeting some of you that I hadn't met already. Isaac, I hope we get dinner. I think we're planning for that night, whenever that night is, in the secret location. Fried Oreos at Mermaids, 9 p.m. All right, see you guys.
Let's go.
Bye. Thanks for stopping in. And again, if you guys have suggestions for Sean, hit his DMs with it, so that he can take that under advisement for sure. Go ahead, Matt.
That was
Appreciate you, Sean.
that was just a fascinating conversation you have in there, and I think Sean was speaking a lot of sense there. You were saying about the with the dealers. Now I don't know if Sean deals with any of the casinos that we have over here, but you know that incident I told you about, Shelley, with that gentleman. It was a
Yes.
good while back. Well, I think as well, in terms of the dealers, I think they should be given a bit more, especially if the new dealers. I think they should be given more time to, settle into their own, maybe given the amount of training, but maybe have somebody shadowing them, especially if they're new to the game. I think because that would make a lot of difference and then make the dealer feel a bit more comfortable. I know it's a little bit stricter. Well, it is a bit stricter over here, but
Well, and I think that could work
it's-
like in a local poker room when you have 10 tables or 20 tables going, that a tournament director maybe even could shadow that dealer for a while and suggest to them, corrections or tell them they're doing this great or whatever. But when you're dealing with something like the WSOP, when you have 1,000 or 1,500 tables being dealt to at one time, it would be they barely have enough dealers to fill the slots. There's no way they could have a second dealer or a second person behind that dealer
yeah,
in order to help them. They just couldn't get those numbers. They just wouldn't, because they would have to use people that are seasoned,
yep,
that are knowledgeable, and
yep.
they really need those people dealing.
100%. Yep, absolutely. Anyway, guys, it's been an absolute joy and a privilege to be talking to you as always. And wish you all the very best day or evening, whatever it is over there. And hopefully, Shelley, I'll catch up with you Friday evening. If not, it probably might be the weekend or next week sometime.
Sounds great, Matt. Appreciate you. And thank you for reminding me about Friday evening. My space is going to be an hour earlier to accommodate my guest. So we're going to go live at 6:30 Eastern, which of course is 3:30 Pacific. And my guest that evening is going to be Tom Schneider, four-time bracelet winner and player of the year. So he does a lot of music currently and does gigs, and I'm really hoping he brings his guitar, because the last time I interviewed him he had his guitar and he sang to us, which was such a treat. So hopefully he will bring his guitar and entertain us. So fingers crossed on that. But that'll be Friday night at 6:30 Eastern time. A lot of food for thought from Sean McCormack, and I appreciate that.
You know, what's crazy is when he was talking about that LA thing. Thank God I've never encountered some dumb shit like that. That shit would have made me flip my lid. So I'm gonna pick his brain more about that later.
That'll be good table talk at dinner on Monday at the Mermaid, 9 p.m. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. But I appreciate his willingness to listen and to ask those questions to make it better for us. He's always trying to make it better for us.
Yeah, Sean's
Love it.
great people.
Absolutely love it. Well, anybody have anything to bring up, talk about, comment about? Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap it up, you guys.
Nope, nope. But definitely can't wait for the next interview, share. And yeah, yeah. I hope everybody has a great one.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. You're going to enjoy Tom Schneider. He is a character. He really is a character. And I want a full report on Friday about Savannah Bananas, Isaac.
You got it.
Full report. Karen, are you still there? Are you working hard?
I'm still here.
Awesome. Appreciate you. Um, have a good stream on Thursday. If I don't, I'm sure I'll talk to you before then, but um, and we will see about Saturday. Maybe I'll head up your way Saturday.
Okay, sounds good. I do plan to go um to the to the evening one, which I think is the only one they have right now. But yeah, well, just let me know as it gets closer.
Will do. Appreciate you. And Solric, thanks for coming up and chatting with us.
Definitely, I appreciate it. Just to touch base on that Savannah Banana, I saw a video the other day of another team called the Pickles, I believe, and
The
they
Portland
actually,
Pickles.
yeah, and they picked someone out of the stands to hit the ball, like to do to go up there and hit, and he hit a home run with a full count.
Well, you know that I saw the same TikTok video before he hit the home run. So they give an opportunity to an audience member to come up and face their batter. And the first at bat, he walked. And so then he came back in and they were like, let's give him another chance that maybe he'll hit the ball this time, basically. And so they gave him another chance with bases loaded, right? Wasn't it bases loaded?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he points to the outfield like Babe Ruth, right?
Yes. And he
It was
hit that
amazing.
shit out of there. It was amazing. I hope he got a deal out of it.
Yeah, I saw it. It just it brings a smile to my face just now talking about it again. Because, what an amazing feeling for that kid.
Right on. Well, I don't know if you know who the Savannah Bananas are, but I want you to go YouTube them and find out who they are because they're amazing.
Oh, I will be.
You guys will really enjoy getting to know the Savannah Bananas because they are characters. True characters. All right, everybody. Let's hang this one up to dry. Appreciate y'all for joining us. Those in the goo, appreciate you. Those are listening in the future, appreciate you. If you're playing on the felt, good luck. If not, go out and touch the grass. Get off of social media. It's doing crazy things to people's brains. Much love to everybody. Bye.